Uh-oh.
What?
But look at that. Right off the bat.
Misfire.
No, it's not a misfire. It's just, he must have done that. Knocked it down to the audition line.
We'll just keep the drums going.
Tonight, join host
Don't
and
do that.
legalized marijuana advocate Drew Carey on a very special Price is Right Stoner Edition.
What? Oh, we're back. Rich, who's the next contestant?
Dude, it's Gary. Some Gary guy. Come on down.
Watch how a little weed can make pricing games much more interesting.
Okay, the item up for bids is a combination recliner, flat screen TV, refrigerator, and microwave. You'll never have to get up again, dudes. What's your bid, Gary?
420.
You won't believe the Showcase Showdown on the Price is Right Stoner Edition.
Wow, that is so cool, man. The wheel keeps spinning and spinning.
And the fabulous prizes.
It's a trip to Amsterdam.
So join Drew Carey on the Price is Right Stoner Edition, right before How I Did Bong Hits with Your Mother on CBS.
Okay, 10:02 at 560 WQAM, Monday, January the 7th. Now, the way I look at it, this is like the first real week of the year. Last week was phantom, you know. For example, here's the facts right off the bat. What a weak facts. Hey, Ron, what are you trying to tell me, Ron?
I have no life.
It says, Happy New Year. Is it too late for that? Yes. Please add this to the poll. Drug testing. No. Let the bastards kill themselves. I want more home runs and heads exploding on the field. Thanks, Ron. Oh, poor Ron. What are you trying to tell the world, Ron?
I have no life.
I know that. And now these polls. Oh, you were so right about the Charlie B. polls. I'm glad you waited till now to start sending them.
I forgot.
Oh.
Till now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We've reached a new level
in
here.
Spain is mainly in the
rectum.
Ass.
Love you, Charlie B. But
look at this.
I know.
What's your favorite sandwich bread? This is... I mean, talk about desperate, Charlie.
We're starting to reach now.
Obama's opening up a big lead in New Hampshire.
Oh!
Bye-bye, Swillery. What's your favorite sandwich bread? And for the choices, he's got bagel, brown, Cuban, falafel, French,
pita,
Italian, Kaiser roll, oatmeal, pita, pumpernickel, rye, sourdough, white, whole grain. Oh, my. And then I don't eat bread.
What about, English muffin?
What about Wonder Bread?
Sure.
Makes bodies that fall apart 8 ways. I think I'm going to have to do a Joyce after looking at these polls.
Really?
And then a separate poll by Charlie B. What's your favorite sandwich filler?
Right.
Liverwurst, fried egg, chicken. Oh, God. Woo! These polls, look at that. Whether married or single, which age group are you most attracted to? Young and hot. That's the answer. Which applies to you? I own a passport. I've traveled. I don't own a passport. Oh. How many states, including Florida, have you been to? Oh. Wherever Neil Show may happen to find its next home, how long should it be? Well, how about 80 hours? You're right. This is the saddest group of desperate polls. I think the new year may have affected Charlie B. Whatever he had left.
Well, everybody runs out. Even the Beatles ran out of good songs.
I mean, even the poll we're using today from Sean, it is weak. It is so bad. But I think we'll go back. I'll go back to the beginning and start over again. You use the ones from ancient history.
Why not?
Why the hell not?
Why not? Like it matters anyway.
That's right. That's a good point. It doesn't matter, and you don't care because you're a hard ass.
Right.
U.S. Navy warships today came very close to shooting at an Iranian Revolutionary Guard vessel, which American officials say provoked U.S. ships in international waters, according to CNN. Oh, we want that Iran war starting pretty damn soon. U.S. officials are confirming to CNN that 5 Iranian Revolutionary Guard boats, in their words, harassed and provoked 3 U.S. Navy warships sailing in the Straits of Hormuz, reports CNN's Barbara Starr, who looks just like Hank. One of those Iranian boats came within 200 yards of a Navy warship. The Iranian boats had also transmitted threats via radio, according to officials. According to the sources we've spoken to, Starr continued, the Iranians made threatening moves and threatening radio transmissions. Barbara also said, "Hey, stupid!" One of those transmissions was, "I'm coming at you and you will explode in a couple of minutes." Not that we're looking for an incident. You do understand that.
Right.
So we can start nuking Iran.
Sure.
And then John McCain, who's crazier than a bedbug, can start singing, bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb. According to the CNN website, one of the Iranian ships had been dropping white boxes into the water in front of the U.S. ships. Maybe they're gifts. Maybe they're bagels and cream cheese. Following the radio transmission, a Navy ship prepared to fire on an Iranian vessel. The official also tells CNN that when the radio transmission was heard, the Navy went to manning its positions, its gun positions on those ships, Star reports, and that they were very close to shooting at one of the Iranian boats. In fact, they were ready to shoot. The orders had been given, but no shots were fired, and nobody got hurt. It was an accident, but nobody got hurt. How do you like that? It was an accident, but nobody got hurt, except Tessio. Can't get you off the hook, even for old time's sake, Sally. That's really, that's the greatest affront of them all. Mm-hmm. Call a guy Sally and then, blow his brains out. It's bad. Okay, let's see how that poll came out, although we got the poll in New Hampshire. We got all kinds of polls. We got polls up the nose. The Sun Sentinel did a poll, and of course it should come as no surprise because keep one thing in mind. Who reads the newspaper? Do young, living, and breathing people read the newspaper?
Oh, they made a joke on The Simpsons last night about it's a dying medium.
The newspaper?
Yeah.
No kidding.
The print media.
Did they just discover that?
No, but they're making fun of it.
Oh. 7 candidates emerged from the Iowa caucuses as top vote getters in the parties. If the election was held today, who would you vote for president? That's what the Sun Sentinel poll asks. They've got 16,000 plus responses. Boy, that's more than we get on our poll. And so far, of the first 16,329 total, and it says results not scientific. As if. John Edwards, 34.5%. Barack Obama, 22.7%. Swillery, 16.2%. Mike Huckabee, 5.9%. John McCain, 5.0%. Mitt Romney, 3.4%. Fred Thompson, only 2.8%. None of the above, 9.6%. How do you like that? So, no matter how you look at it, Swillery ain't doing that great. And, of course, in New Hampshire, she's taking a dive, which we'll get to that momentarily. She's taking a gigantic dive. She's going to take a thrashing, a thumping tomorrow night. I'd be shocked if she's even close. She'd probably be third again. And what happens then? Then they go to South Carolina, and she's going to get walloped there. Here's the poll from Friday, and I'm so sorry we did this. I mean, our Johnny Depp fan, she's all excited about it, but everybody else what kind of a poll is that? That's a good question. What's your favorite Johnny Depp movie? We had 1,401 votes. Of course, it was over the weekend, but still, that's pretty good. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, 218. I hate Johnny Depp, 179. That's bad. How can you hate Johnny Depp?
Oh, it's those people.
Oh, you mean South Florida people?
Yes,
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Donnie Brasco, 131. That was my vote. Blow, 116.
No.
Edward Scissorhands, 95. Ed Wood, 92. Fear and Loathing in Vegas, a horrible flick, 82. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? 58. I never saw any Johnny Depp movie, 49. Well. Platoon, 38. Don Juan DeMarco, 36. Sleepy Hollow, 25. From Hell, 24. The Ninth Gate, 24. Chocolat, 23. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 22. Benny and June, 22. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, 21. Pirates of the Caribbean 2, 20. A Nightmare on Elm Street, 20. Finding Neverland, 18. Secret Window, 18. Like I said, you'll be very disappointed at the ending.
Don't worry.
What?
I'm going to skip it.
Please.
Life's too short.
It's very interesting, very captivating, and in the end, one of the worst endings of all time. Crybaby, 17. Sweeney Todd, 13. Pirates of the Caribbean 3, 13. Dead Man, 10. Private Resort, 5. Corpse Bride, 4. Before Night Falls, 2. The Man Who Cried, 2. Nick of Time, 2. The Libertines got 1. The Brave got 1. And The Astronaut's Wife and Freddy's Dead the Final Nightmare both had 0 out of over 1,400 votes. Pretty weak. So there you go. I'm glad we got that out of the way, you know. I'm so pleased that we got that out of the way. Now, today's poll, which I'll be even happier when this is over, we have 761 votes, though. Chris is counting this as 1,000 votes already. If we can do 1,000 votes on a poll this bad, we might still have a semblance of an audience.
765.
What?
765. Get it right.
Shut up. What should be eliminated from professional sports was the poll question. Sean, who used to send us good polls but Ran out of material a long time ago. What does he say in his message on here? He said, I think Huckabee voters get an extra vote each as a bonus for being able to find their way to the polling place. I see. Well, his comments were just as good
until February 5th
as the poll. What should be eliminated from professional sports? Invocation 214, being the heathen that I am, that's what I voted. Get rid of that crap. Keep your Getchke crap in church, in shul, in the mosque, wherever you want. Get it out of our face. People don't want to pay big bucks to go to a ball game and then have some Getchke get out there. In Jesus' name. Oh. Sports nerd fans, 124, like the ones who listen to this station 20 hours a day. I mean, fans is fine because you can't have sports without fans, but sports nerd fans, oh. Don King, 88. Designated hitter, 77. Golf, 75. Three-man booth, 54. Yeah, and of course, at least two of them have to be ex-jocks. It is written in the Bible. At least two of them have to be inarticulate ex-jocks who talk way too much and say nothing. And that damn Phil Simms, man. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do something. I'm going to break his kneecaps. On the sideline. I'm going to take him on the sideline sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just nauseating. Locker room interviews, 49. Pitchers who hit like girls, 34. The middle 50 yards of a soccer field, 26. 2-minute warning, 10. Yeah, but we got to get those spots on. Extra point, 7. Warm-up pitches, 5. Foul shots, 2. The huddle, 2. Out of 767. Speaking of spots. Yeah.
No!
M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S.
Hello, bloggers. Sorry I haven't posted any new entries lately. I've been too busy playing Sitar Hero 3. Anyway, death to America and death to Israel. And now, check out this video I shot of the Ayatollah watching the Two Girls One Cup video. I swear he almost blows chunks.
10:17 at 560 WQAM. Let's take a look at that schedule for today. We got the Jason Jerk Show from 2 to 4 this afternoon. Hopefully he won't be bleeding through on our internet feed today.
That's more fun when he does.
Yeah, there was some pretty interesting crap on there. Jim Mandich, 4 to 7, the Mad Dog. Then you got your Dolphins All Access. Fortunately, only 35 minutes of that crap, 7 to 7:35, because we got the BCS championship game tonight. Ohio State and LSU, 7:35. Oh, boy. 5670560. Let's get a whole bunch of calls on here to celebrate the first official show of the new year. What do you say?
All right.
What do you think?
Do it.
And pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Once that delay catches up, now let me just make sure that this dump button works. Can I test it out? Can you tell if it works?
Yeah, I'll go look in the other room.
Well,
you'll do what?
He'll go look in the other room. Give him like
look.
Give him 5 seconds. Go ahead. Dump it. He'll know.
Oh, I can do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, I just hit it. Now what happened? Did something happen, I hope?
We have to wait for him to come back and tell us if something happened. Play some filler music or something.
No, we don't need no filler.
What is your profession?
He dumped it.
He dumped it.
Chris opened the door and asked if you had dumped something. I said yes, and now he's going to go back and look again. No. The answer is no.
It didn't work?
The answer again is no.
Oh my
Go ahead,
God.
ask me again. We could do this until what, 10:30 at least?
At least that little red light doesn't come on anymore anyhow. Wow, so the intercom doesn't work, and the delay, the dump button doesn't work, but other than that, but the red light isn't flashing anymore. He changed the light bulb. Wow. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
How are you, buddy?
Okay.
How's the weather in T.O. these days?
Murky, but it's 52 degrees, baby. It's
That's a heat wave.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes?
on your poll there that this weekend, I did vote on it, but one of the things I didn't see on there, which I think you'll agree, is to eliminate the juking and jiving in the end zone.
Why is that? Who cares?
Well, that's something that you used to harp on for years about.
Yeah, but I'm used to it now. They wore me down. I don't care about it.
All right. What do you think about? I know with Dodd and Biden dropping out, and I think it's really a shame because I think there was a lot of talent in those two guys, They're non-existent on the radar screen, obviously, because there's absolutely zero media attention. But wouldn't it be nice if somebody like Barack got in and he took a culmination of all of these candidates, with the exception of Swillery, and made like his own little dream team as far as his administration goes? Don't you think that'd be a great idea?
Sure.
Okay, I can tell you're not interested. One last thing.
Sure. Absolutely, right.
Absolutely.
A dream team.
Well, I mean, each one of those candidates, you've said so yourself.
How about if we get Johnny Cochran and Bobby Shapiro on the dream team? We can prop Johnny up.
Okay. And one last thing is I got a movie for you to watch, and that is a movie by the name of Wonderland. Have you heard it?
No, never heard of it.
It's, I know, it stars Val Kilmer, so before you do the puking sound, it's about the last days of John Holmes after his movie career.
No, I'm not into Val Kilmer or John Holmes. Okay, have a great day, pal. Good intentions on that call, very good intentions, but I'm not interested in John Holmes. I'm more interested in Sherlock Holmes, quite frankly. Aren't you?
Sure.
I mean, John Holmes was grotesque. His claim to fame was that he was hung like an elephant, but, big deal. That's an act of nature.
Right, big deal literally and figuratively.
That is correct. Well, my right ear just opened up. I didn't realize it, but with this sudden change in climate again, man,
it'll do
murky and foggy, but 52 degrees. Wow. WQAM, hello.
This is 9 o'clock.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hola.
Yeah, hey.
Yes.
Did you watch that thing on Saturday? The debate?
Absolutely not.
Oh, man. Hey, let me tell you something. That guy Thompson, dude, I want to step on his face.
Yeah. You want to sit on his face?
No, step on it.
Oh.
Because his smart remarks, man, that he plays up to that whole I'm smarter than thou cowboy redneck thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand it, man. And besides, New Hampshire is like winning second place in a suicide contest. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, stay true, bro. Later.
Okay. Stay true. Be true to your shul, baby. Fred Thompson, he's got 10 chances, and they're all in the minus column. He got no chance. He's got as much chance as little Dennis Kucinich and Ron Paul. Oh, but Ron Paul he's an internet phenom. He raised $18 million. Big deal. We could use the $18 million, by the way.
Yeah.
If he would just, write us a check for $18 million. I divvy it up with you guys. I share. You know me. I'm generous to a fault.
Very nice.
And we wouldn't come back tomorrow. We just say, hey, bye, Jolly Joe. Bye-bye, you fat slob. Bye-bye. But he ain't going to do it because he's got an ego, Ron Paul. He's always, him and Fred Thompson both always had that kind of sour look on their face like somebody farted real bad. It was probably McCain because McCain's certifiably crazy, probably wears a bag these days. He's just crazy. Oh, yeah, he would have invaded Iraq without weapons of mass. He wouldn't have had to make up a lie. And we need to be there for at least 100 years. He's just a crazy person.
Forever.
Right, forever and ever.
A permanent colony.
Right. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
My name is Joe Lasky.
Oh, boy. He's always ready. I'll say one thing for him,
Locked and loaded.
WQAM, hello.
No more Geico commercials.
QAM, hello. QAM. See, now he wasn't ready. QAM, hello.
Hey, Emil. Happy New Year's.
Back to you.
Yeah, McCain's lump kind of freaks me out. But in terms of politics, I mean, who really cares if they're Republican, Democrats? At the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they need to do, whatever they need to say to get reelected. I mean, that's why you shouldn't get emotionally invested in anybody, Republican or Democrat, They're all politicians, man.
It's a question of which ones are more evil and more harmful to resistance.
Yeah. I just see all these people so emotionally invested. Oh, we need to change. Obama's the person.
I'm not emotionally invested. I'm a big Obama supporter, and I'll vote for him. But I'm not emotionally invested at all.
Yeah.
Because I realized a long time ago that it's, they're not doing nothing for us.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm going to vote Democrat, too. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to tell us whatever we want to hear. And I think once they get to Washington, I think that's where the corruption sets in, They do whatever they need to do to get reelected.
Amen.
All right, man. Bye.
Good luck to us, sir. See you in the afterlife. See you in the Never Neverland. See you in the Etheric. We got 800 votes yet? Well, I'll tell you, these new Geico spots are really bad.
And in less than 10
Have you seen this one? The guy that
Michael Winslow.
Oh, bad. I don't even know who he is.
Michael Winslow is in all the Police Academy movies.
Well.
He needs some money these days. He hasn't been doing a lot.
791 on the poll. Boy, you're going to do 1,000 on a really very bad poll today. We apologize for that one.
No, we don't.
I do. Whose poll was that? It was Sean. You need to apologize, Sean. WQAM, hello.
I'm crazy.
No kidding. QAM, hello. Now, I wonder what kind of bread that was.
Wonder. Because you wonder what the hell it was.
What's your favorite sandwich bread? Oh, my God, Charlie B. Starting out the new year like a crazy person, like certifiable. What's your favorite sandwich? And what's your favorite sandwich filling?
Yeah.
Whoa. What's your favorite toilet paper?
How about what's your favorite sandwich? You know, Reuben, Monte Cristo, French dip.
Salami and Swiss.
Sure.
Oh. Paper or plastic, and is Charlie B. really that spastic? I think the answer is yes. We're just not starting out the new year on the right foot. And, of course, we're all excited about that $4 a gallon gas that's coming soon to a station near you. Thank you again, Mr. Butcher, as president, for those low bargain basement gas prices. You maniac, you lunatic, you and your Saudi boyfriend.
A bitch named Joyce said no fart noise, took away our sound effects toys, gave up, haven't farted since then.
Alright.
She wants to assassinate the only show that gets the bills paid, gave up, haven't farted since then.
Oh, my God.
Well, she'll do anything it takes to defend and validate the behavior of corporate reprobate. Gave up, haven't farted since then. Oh! She'll go as far as suing herself to make our life a stinking hell. Gave up, haven't farted since then. Don't do this and don't say that unless you're a hardcore sport hold back. Gave up, haven't farted since then. Well, what floats in the toilet bowl is what she knows about radio. She wants to destroy our show. Gave up, haven't farted since then.
Absolutely.
Gave up, haven't farted since then.
Back to you, Gildy. 1031 at 560 WQAM. How's Gildy doing? Anybody ever hear anything more from him other than he's doing those Panther games on TV?
Not in a while now, Chris.
Not here.
Hasn't come back for another interview? I was thinking about that this morning in the shower. The fact that he came back for an interview. See, you can always tell who the real vultures are. You know, they hear through the grapevine or they read in the newspaper, oh, so-and-so, Hank is getting blown out, and Neil's going to be next, and Eddie K is gone, and ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And all of a sudden, they're sitting waiting to be interviewed again. He just left.
So you were thinking of Goldie in the shower this morning?
Yeah, Goldie showers. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Happy New Year.
Back to you.
One question. How in the world could QAM take off Hank Goldberg and put on this Jackson guy?
How?
Yeah.
They just did it very easily.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Are they trying to put QAM out of business?
Yes.
I mean, this guy should not be on the radio.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm speechless.
I'll be next, man.
Oh, I know. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not a shame. It's good. It's like being released from death row.
Yeah, but I mean, they've taken a good product and ran it in the
Well,
ground.
that's Jolly Joe, man. The last 2 years have been living hell with this guy, and that's what he knows. Just destroy it.
Yeah.
Butcher it.
Well, good luck to us all, Neil.
Exactly. I'm a survivor, like I told you many times before. I'll be around. I'll be somewhere. I'll be on your pop-up toaster. I'll be on your microwave. I'll be somewhere. While they're sitting rubbing their hind legs together. Oh, look at all the money we're saving. Oh, we don't have any numbers anymore, but go out and sell $1 a holler. Come on. And, of course, he built a wall of football. There's only one problem with that.
What's that?
And that is, like, we got the college championship game tonight. That's the last college game for many, 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 many months. And, of course, we're already in the NFL playoffs, and then we got the Super Bowl coming up. And then once that's over, that's the last NFL game for months and months. What do we do after the wall of football crumbles down? There ain't no mo. And after April, middle of April, there with the NFL draft. What do they do then?
Well, then you have all the mini camps and all that stuff.
Oh, the mini camps, and then of course the Big O gets
rock solid.
He gets to go to that combine and check out their biceps and their cheeks and their jock straps. See who's got the biggest jock strap. That whole thing is just. I mean, when you start getting to the minutiae of all of this stuff, it just. For example, yesterday morning, I'm sitting there watching TV, and I flip over, and I'm channel surfing, and there's Leafs TV. And what is the great fear? Now that they've taken off anybody who might be critical about this horrible franchise off the air, because all of these owners are the same. Oh, you don't dare criticize us. So they have a fixed camera on the ice at the Air Canada Centre for practice. Watching practice. Now what kind of a I
said, yeah.
What kind of a moron is going to watch that?
Well, there's this corner of the building, right?
Oh.
And there's all the people that work here, except for us.
Let's see, here's another fax. For the poll, how about illiterate ex-jocks, so-called broadcasters whose only experience in broadcasting having once worn a jock? How about the jockocracy? You want to put that on there?
Okay.
It's sick. It's a sickness, man. Everybody who ever played a game, any game, Parcheesi, ping pong, tiddlywinks, all of a sudden they're broadcasters. They're on there, they're analyzing, they're slapping each other on the back, on the ass, they're like yucking it up, and you got people like Shannon Sharp on the air. I'm going to tell you something. I wish I had some kind of a device, some kind of a chip I could put in my set so that it would like block certain people off of there, like Phil Simms and Shannon Sharp. Annoying, unacceptable. Unacceptable is what they both are, and many, many more. 811 on the poll. You got that, the jockocracy?
Yeah, how are we spelling that?
Just like it sounds.
Okay. How else would you spell it? Jockocracy.
All right, that's how I did it.
Should we stick a hyphen
in? It's got a Y on the end. Boy, you are. I don't know. So let me ask you, is he involved in this separate deal we got with you and Boca? And I got a message from Boca the other day. If you came and showed up, your check.
No. The answer is
what?
No, I'm not
including Chris.
Well, we would love to bring Chris over, but no. It doesn't mean
why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Because he's sitting there across from you. Is that why you say that?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay. But we'd like to bring him over where?
Wherever we go. He understands. He understands the show. Yeah, exactly.
To like the diner there.
That's right. Take him to lunch. He likes lunch.
Mm-hmm. That's for damn sure. WQAM, hello. All right, there's our sound effects.
Sweet. Just wait. I got some plans, too.
Now, let me ask you this question. Did he do it again on Friday?
Well, he must be talking to you, Chris.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You weren't listening to the Jerk Show on Friday between 2 and 4?
I was busy doing things.
Like what?
Something.
Oh, not connected with this station, though.
Well, no. I was doing some work here until about 3. And then was
you
driving
didn't pop it up and listen. Here we had the bongo in the background.
No, I apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. You better start checking that out because you started the rumors about that, and then people were calling in saying,
I started the rumors?
True. It's absolutely true. He plays bongos and music in the background while the show is going on.
Yeah, it's all me.
Is that to distract from what's going on a show or whatever? I did hear that through the grapevine that Menashe Skolnick was on there again. Where were they? In Houston, Dallas, somewhere on Friday?
Yeah. I told you Ethan was on the air Friday.
Yeah.
Ethan and 2 other sports writers.
Oh, it was the round table.
Yeah.
This station, man, has tried more different shapes of tables. The square table, the round table. And so far, none of them. I mean, like the Kenny and Bo Morning Show, that was good. That was really, and of course there was
Gay.
Or Not.
Gay.
That was a great segment. They had all those, and of course Toast is the one that came over with all that crap from across the street. Just remember one thing, if anybody ever worked across the street, we want them. Doesn't make any difference whether they were good or got any numbers or anything like that or belong on the air. If they worked across the street, you know, the place that's probably going to go out of business pretty soon, then we want them. Especially if they work cheap. WQAM, hello.
Neely.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Back to you, sir.
Not only did they play the drums, but he commented about it. Oh, they don't like our drums.
No, actually, he said, I'm glad everybody likes the drums.
Right.
I thought you just got through telling me you didn't listen.
Eric just sent us a thing saying he did play it, and he commented on it saying, I'm glad everybody likes the drums.
No, nobody likes it, and nobody can understand why the hell he's doing it. Okay, well, that was it. Well, at least that guy got a good chuckle out of whatever the hell you just said. So Eric said, what the hell was Eric doing listening?
Well, he was
I have no life.
Waiting for it to finish recording, I guess, so we could upload the screw-ups that happened while we were on the air.
See, I don't know why you want to make a big deal out of that. Like I told you before the show, and I don't want to go into it on the air. He didn't say anything about me. He just said that he listened to 10 minutes of the show, and my callers were ripping him an ass. And then Ethan Skolnick asked him about some issue. And that's all I heard. 816 on your poll, man. We're getting a lot of votes on there for a really crappy, stanky, smarmy. The jockocracy is on there, doesn't have any votes. See, a lot of people aren't going to understand what that means. But, we don't want to put like a whole thing. Illiterate jock broadcasters like that, especially on this station. And when Barry Jackass can write a thing about how Joe Zagacki is one of the best sportscasters in the history of the human race, then I know that Barry Jackass don't get out of the house very much. Hey, Barry! You are so pathetic, man. You could be the poster child for pathetic. Barry Jackass. Just tragic. Mommy is making his sandwiches, brown bagging it for him right now, I'm sure. She'll drive him over to the Herald and drop him off and pat him on the head. Okay, son, write a nice article. Say something nice about the ticket. Say something nice about Daniel a bastard. And then Greg Kotex, who, of course, has got his nose up their ass across the street, he's doing a thing on there about Hank, on his blog. About just a chance to take a cheap shot and open up the door for all of their losers across the street. What are those people going to do when they shut down the place across the street? When Dennis Collins says, we're going to, lease this thing out to guys who play Haitian melodies and going to actually pump some money in here.
I guess they're going to go looking for a job.
Really?
Wouldn't you?
Well, we know what that's all about. I told you this crowd is working. They're on the payroll across the street. I'm telling you.
From the beginning.
Ticket.
You take it.
Before 11 at 560 WQAM. I did forget that part of that crap that went on the air on the internets, on the stream on Friday with the jerks. He did take a little shot. He said, we're supposed to be a team here, but nobody has the guts to tell certain people. Sounded like him all over again. Yeah. No, we're not supposed to be a team. Whoever said that. I'm not on the team. The team is the sports people, okay, yeah. In addition to which, we're on the way out anyhow.
Right. If there's a rift, we didn't start it.
What does that mean?
From the very beginning, you're the only one that would promote other people's appearances, other people's shows. We don't have to go through that. God forbid the name of this show or anything going on this show should come out of the mouths of anybody else.
We're like Red China, man.
Right.
We're not recognized. Now, I do notice the big dog. Of course, he's a good guy, Joe. At the end of the show, Neil Rogers is next, which, isn't a big deal, but at least it's something. At least he recognizes that we're here, that I exist. And it was the same with the Humper until, of course, right there at the end. And Mad Dog with his 900-pound gorilla stuff. He recognizes the fact that I'm on the station and what's been going on here the last 10 years. But jerks, quit playing the bongos, jerks. Do whatever you want. It's your show. You follow me. You don't precede me anymore, thank God. You follow this show. And don't forget, a week from Thursday, we got the book coming out. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. As we try to wheedle a little bonus money out of these bastards. Won't that be great? With New Hampshire's Tuesday primary fast approaching, mañana, Senator Barack Obama has opened a double-digit lead over Senator Hillary Clinton in the state, according to the latest poll, CNN WMUR poll.
Oh!
Obama, the first-term senator from Illinois, who won last week's Iowa caucuses, led Hillary 39 to 29% in the poll conducted Saturday and Sunday, a sharp change from a poll on Saturday that showed them tied at 33. He's got the big mo, baby. He's got the momentum from the Iowa win. He's running away from her like she's laying prone. And believe me, it wouldn't be the first time, that bitch. Support for former Senator John Edwards, who edged out Clinton for second place in Iowa, dropped from 20% in this weekend's poll to 16%. On the Republican side, John McCain leads over Mitt Romney. Boy, if they got what a cast of characters they got, man. Wow. You mark my words, if we do have an election in November, which, it's debatable, but if we do still have one, even with their penchant for grasping defeat from the jaws of victory, Democrats are going to have a landslide. You'll see. You see these gigantic crowds coming out. You see the young people, living and breathing people.
I'm holding my breath.
Hold it.
Because, they have an amazing way, like you said, of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yes, they do. Anybody remember Walter Mondale and Michael Dukakis and George McGovern? Anybody remember those people?
No.
Well, anyway, McCain 32%, Romney 26%. Mike Huckabee, past former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani gained 13th place. Giuliani 14%, Huckabee 11% on Saturday. But yesterday they were turned around. Huckabee 14%, Giuliani 11%. See, Huckabee ain't got a Chinaman's chance in hell in New Hampshire because they aren't a bunch of Farbissina Goyim like they are in Iowa. They don't have all those born-again Christians in New Hampshire. It's a religious war is what it's all about. They keep talking about the Muslims and about religious extremism. Yeah, sure, that's the problems of the world, no question about it. But right here is a micro pucum of the whole thing right there. The evangelicals came out. 60% of the Iowa vote were evangelicals, and they gave Huckabee, a Southern Baptist preacher who talks a lot of crap, they gave him a resounding win. Won't happen in New Hampshire tomorrow. No chance. And this coming from the guy that gave you that 7-horse in the second race at Gulfstream.
Right on.
And then what's... And you were telling me that some of our people who were there were betting the horses I was giving out?
Yeah. So you probably made some money for a couple folks.
I made some money for some people, and I got one call about that day you were...
Oh, that guy.
What a lousy pick that horse in the first race. That's what I get. That's South Florida, negative. Now, gee, thanks for giving us that...
it could be raining gold, and that guy would be complaining he doesn't like the color yellow.
Yeah, right. When's that going to start, by the way? Is it
not
the
soon
day
enough.
It starts raining frogs? I got to watch Magnolia again someday when I have 20 or 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The results suggest that Huckabee's win in Iowa, which saw him win strong support among evangelical Christian voters, is giving him momentum in more secular, libertarian-oriented New Hampshire, according to Bill Schneider, whatever that means. Among other Republicans, Ron Paul was fifth, 10%. He's a non-factor. Duncan Hunter and Fred Thompson each had 1%. 1%, solamente uno. How do you like that? I could get 1%. My dogs could get 1%. They're both dead. Wow. The poll conducted by University of New Hampshire surveyed 341 Democrats, 268 Republicans likely to vote in tomorrow's primary if it had a sampling error of 5%. Más o menos. The Iowa caucus results have convinced growing numbers of Granite State voters that Obama can really go all the way, CNN polling director Keating Hollins said. In December, 45% thought Clinton had the best chance of beating the Republican nominee, but in this weekend's poll, Clinton and Obama tied on that measure on Saturday, and now Obama's got the edge on electability as of yesterday, 42 to 31%. Senior CNN political analyst Bill Schneider said the poll strongly suggests an Obama surge in New Hampshire. He's gaining about 3 points a day at the expense of both Clinton and Edwards, Schneider said. His lead has now hit double digits going into the home stretch. Bill Richardson was fourth among Democrats, 7%. Little Dennis Kucinich had 2%. And former Alaska Senator Mike Gravel had less than 0.5%. Why bother? Why waste our time, okay? Just go away, Mike. And Obama appears to be pulling even with Clinton among women. When asked which candidate's got the best chance of beating the Republican presidential nominee, likely Democratic primary voters now choose. They just got through saying that. So there you go. He's pulled in the lead. He's got the momentum, man. He's going to kick some serious ass, even in spite of your negative attitudes about because he's black. Because he's black, he's not going to win in the most racist states, like 40
I'm just saying, maybe I'm a pessimist, but, people aren't as honest.
Yeah, but what happened in Iowa, man?
That was very encouraging. I was, shocked in a good way.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
I'm holding my breath.
Anonymity. They're not out there in public with their friends, standing up in a room, or they're in the privacy of the polling place because it's a real primary in New Hampshire. So we'll see. Behind the closed doors, man, when they get in that when we lock them in there. Then, of course, when they come out, we're going to say, surprise! We're going to go see who you voted for. And then they're going to run like hell. Now, you'll see he's going to kick ass in New Hampshire tomorrow. And then the following week, South Carolina just absolutely demolished Swillery. What she's going to do after she gets beat 3 times in a row, bad. And comes in, she'll come in second tomorrow. South Carolina third. 8:42 on the pool, 4 for the jockocracy. They've got to go, man. The Phil Simms and the Shannon Sharps of the world, they have got to go. Gotta go. Get them off my TV. Annoying ex-jocks. Oh, he played the game. Yeah, but he can't speak. See, he played the game, but he can't speak. Everybody's a broadcaster, like Wendy Martez. And this radio station, of course, has perfected that science. They got it down to a perfect science. How to find people who sound so annoying that you couldn't possibly listen even if you had something interesting to say, which they don't. 2 young men in ski masks used a paintball gun, modified to look like an assault rifle, to rob 2 students of their backpacks as the teens were walking to school this morning in Hollywood. The robbers' getaway wasn't as successful as the initial crime. Within minutes, police had 4 young men, ages 17 to 20, in custody at U.S. 441 and Seminole Way, directly in front of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino complex. Only 2 of the 4 were believed to be responsible for the 7 a.m. stick-up near Hollywood Hills High School, but authorities were investigating whether the rest could have been involved in 2 similar robberies early in the morning in Dania Beach and Miami Gardens. Authorities said the 2 robbers jumped out of a gold Toyota armed with both a firearm and a knife and accosted 2 14-year-old male students as they were walking northbound on North 56th Ave to Hollywood Hills High. Fortunately, nobody was injured, said Sergeant Manny Marino, a spokesman for the Hollywood Police Department. I wonder if he's kin to Dan Marino. I sure doubt it. But Danny, boy, man, Danny is everywhere. He's on your radio. He's on your TV. He's on your toaster. He's in your microwave. He's in the toilet.
Rectum.
Oh, he's everywhere. Anyway, the kids are shaken up. They're cooperating with detectives and they're with their families. Keith Bromley, spokesman for Broward County Schools, said anytime students are targeted on the way to school, it's a concern. No. Very profound, Keith. If this sort of crime continues around the high school, the district will ask police to give additional focus to the area. Near the Hard Rock, a lone backpack was visible on the ground near one of the suspects, who was handcuffed and on the ground. I wonder if they're tasing him, bro. Inside the car, in addition to the paintball gun and the backpacks, was a real handgun, several knives, and some jewelry. The modifications on the paintball gun were so realistic, police weren't initially sure it wasn't an assault rifle, even after they saw it in the car, Marino said. I like that. Bunch of punks, nothing but time on their hands, I guess, going out there and stirring up a bunch of crap and terrorizing young kids on the way to school. Nice. That's America for you, man. And, of course, guns and knives and weapons, stuff like that.
You bet.
All the more reason why John McCain is a crazy person. Let's go out there and kill some people. He is for a guy that was a POW all that time, wouldn't you think that he would be, I know
he doesn't like torture. He just wants them dead, and kill them nice, quick.
That's right. Kill them fast. Fast and painless. Kill all our enemies, okay? And, of course, he's also against invading, other countries and occupying them forever and ever. And I wonder what he's thinking about that incident with Iran this morning. Bomb, Iran. He's a crazy person. Certifiable and belongs in a straitjacket in a rubber room.
Biggest name.
And anybody who will vote for him has got to be as crazy as he is.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Radomski shot me up with Freud's last night. 30 cc's in my left cheek. And it's gonna keep me on a winning streak. My muscles bulge so much, can't get enough.
You fairy.
I've got a giant head and such a tiny protective cup. And I'm gonna have to find someone to blame if I'm gonna make it to the Hall of Fame. It looks like Barry Bonds is not alone. Oh no, 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 I'm the Rocket Man.
Hey, Roger the Dodger, I didn't see it. Did you watch 60 Minutes last night? No.
No.
No, neither did I. I didn't see it. I don't want to see it. I don't give a crap about Roger Clemens. He makes me sick. Anybody connected with the Yankees in any way, shape, or form makes me want to puke, so I don't care. He says he'll take a lie detector test, and he was smeared and schmeared. Yeah, he schmeared it all right. Just like Barry Bonds was smearing it. Well, I was just smearing that clear, smear the clear, or smear the queer. How are we doing on the poll? I don't want to read the results of it because it's just stupid.
864.
How much?
864.
That's not bad. We'll do the 1,000 easy today. Wow. On the first real Monday of the new year. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Oh! Well, when that book comes out a week from Thursday, I hope we get an 80 share. I hope we bleed so much bonus money on these people that they're just bleeding cash. Bleeding it. Oh, jeez, we got to pay him bonus money. He's ripping us an ass. And deservedly so. You know what I was just thinking about during that break? Speaking of Jason Jerks.
No, what?
How many different lineups? I mean, we've been on this station now 10 years plus.
Mm-hmm.
How many different lineups have there been on this station in that period of time?
About 30, man.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. It's just, how many different morning shows? How many different people between 2 and 4? How many different times have they moved Mad Dog and the Humper, which they finally shoved his fat ass out the door? How many times have they moved them around?
100.
God. It's mind-blowing. Cenk Uygur, Cenk. Remember him from Smirking Chimp?
Yep.
He says, Hillary Clinton is a juggernaut. You're not going to get past her with one lucky punch. Obama might have knocked her down in Iowa, but it's going to take 3 of those knockdowns before she's down for the count. Here's the problem for Senator Clinton. She already has 1 strike in Iowa, and South Carolina is a guaranteed 3rd. Yes, I just mixed my sports analogies, but roll with the punches. Yes, I guess that pun was intended, he says. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I'm calling South Carolina for Obama now. Let's get real. About 50% of South Carolina Democratic primary voters are black. If they thought Obama wasn't viable, they would seriously consider Swillery. But now that Obama's on the precipice of winning this thing, no way he doesn't get a gigantic portion of the African-American vote. As Chris Rock said when he was introducing Obama at the Apollo recently, you want to be on the right side of history because you'd be real embarrassed if he won and you wasn't down with it. Oh, man, I can't call him now. I voted for that white lady. What was I thinking? For that white lady. You know that white lady?
No.
So I guess it's really Chris Rock calling South Carolina for Barack Obama. I think what he's talking about in jest is very real, though. So it would be a major surprise if Obama lost South Carolina with this kind of momentum. So that leaves New Hampshire. This also makes this do or die for Hillary Clinton. Even she can't lose 3 in a row and survive. If she loses New Hampshire, this thing is over. And let me say it again, the poll taken yesterday, she's 10 points behind and dropping like a rock. She's fallen so far back you can't even see her ass. How do you like that? And the last time I checked, she's pretty much all ass. Swillery. They don't like her. I don't like her, you don't like her. I bet you Chris don't like her that much either, even though he doesn't want to say it. No, we don't like her. There she is, and she's looking really old, too.
And she's also sharpening her attacks against Obama.
Too bad, too late. Next she's going to be using the word Schwarzer. I'm sure that's coming. You bet. Bet all the money you got that between now and when they open the polls tomorrow morning, she's going to be using that Schwarzer word. Not the N-word. That would be even for her a little bit too much. You know, she's going to appeal to all the Jews in New York. The only problem is they're not voting in New York. 870 on the poll, man. That's not too bad. The invocation, get rid of it. Our heathen audience wants the invocation gone now. They pay big bucks to go watch those stupid-ass ball games. You know, you go to a hockey game, they don't have a prayer. You go to a basketball game, they don't have a prayer. You go to a baseball game, they don't have a prayer. But the Marlins, when they play, they don't have a prayer. Believe me, more ways than one. But you go to a football game, and that's, it's part of that whole Southern mentality, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he moves it up ahead to Kyle Rank. He'll bank it off the boards.
Oh, let's go to a Marley game at the Rico Center. What do you say? You want to go?
Okay. I'm not doing anything.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how's it going? Is Neil in the air?
I beg your pardon?
Is Neil there?
You're speaking to him, yes.
Oh, okay. Just want to talk with him a little bit.
Let me say it again. You're speaking to me, yes.
Oh, Neil, hey. Just wanted to tinkle on you a little bit, man. Just thinking about you, I was over the holidays in Europe and thought about how you talk about the difference in culture, and yeah, man. First time for me, it was great.
Where were you?
Holland.
Oh, in Holland.
Yeah.
In Amsterdam?
And other places. That was one of the places I went in Holland.
Right.
It was good, man.
Well, good.
What freedom. What shock to be free.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
And what a bunch of maniacs in the street.
Yeah, but, you know, everybody minds their own business.
Okay, well, I'm glad he had a good time. What did he just say? Anything profound?
No.
I don't know.
He wanted to tickle on you.
What freedom, man. What freedom. Freedom to be annoyed by a bunch of Rasta creeps in the street. Coke, Viagra, get out of my face. Get out of here. I don't want your crap. Why not? Why not? As long as I live, I'll never forget that line. Not interested. I don't want it. Why not? I don't want it. I don't use it. I don't need it. Get away from me. Take your Rasta, take your dreadlocks and turn them into deadlocks. Get away from my face. Go take a bath this year. Once would be good. Oh, but, you know, but it is someplace you'd really enjoy. You'd love it.
Would I?
Between the hookers and the hookah, yeah.
I don't like hookers.
Hooky. What do you mean you don't like hookers?
I don't like hookers. I like hookups.
You'd get hooked up.
All right.
To the end of a long...
Cube!
WQAM, hello.
I'm out of medication.
Yeah, good. QAM, hello. Yes, sir.
You know, when it comes to politics, you would hate all women. Why don't you be honest about being
Why don't you turn your radio off, goofball?
Yeah, why don't you turn the radio off so we can hear, since you're such a great intellectual?
Well, am I right or wrong? Be honest.
Wrong.
You
Didn't I just get through saying that Madeleine Albright would have made a great candidate and Barbara Jordan, rest in peace, would have made a great candidate? I just got through saying that last week.
I didn't hear that. Excuse me.
So in other words, the fact that I don't like swillery means I don't like all women? Oh, there he goes. Click. There he goes. Coward. Spineless jellyfish coward. Heterosexual pig. Yeah, I'm gay, therefore I must hate all women. Oh, what an ass. What an a-hole you are, sir. I hope you elope with Joe Bell, okay, and he winds up on top. That's what I hope for you. I hope that he oozes his bloody diarrhea all over you from head to toe, every inch of your pathetic, putrid, stench-filled body. But have a nice day. As Mike Siegel would say, have a nice day. See, if you don't like swillery, therefore you're anti-woman.
That's what we were talking about.
Dianne Feinstein, she would be fine. Huh? Barbara Boxer should be...
Sure.
There are plenty of women who might be viable candidates who would be very enthusiastic to support. Just swillery ain't one of them. She is absolutely unqualified. Unqualified. If she wasn't Mrs. Bill Clinton, she would be getting 2 votes. That's what she's running on. She's Bubba's wife. Big deal. Jackie Kennedy never ran for office. Oh, she was on Biography yesterday, Jackie. What a gold digger, man. What a gold-digging whore. Anybody wants to look at her and there you go again, knocking women. Well, she was a gold-digging whore, that's all. Anybody that would touch Arionasis, my God. Am I right?
Right.
Well, what do you know about it? You were just a punk.
I wasn't alive then.
You weren't even alive?
No, that was 63, right?
No, when he got assassinated. I'm talking about later on when she started. In fact, it was like 60 after Bobby Kennedy got assassinated. That's when she,
As a small child, I remember vaguely people talking about this bitch I didn't care about. Is that the one?
Jackie Kennedy?
Yeah.
She spoke French. She was the Bouvier. She spoke
big fat hairy one.
I beg your pardon?
She had a big. I don't care.
Oh, man, what a world. What a world. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQM. We got another great offer for like we do every week.
God.
Hillary wants to be president of the United States. And her theme song will be money for nothing, my dire straits. Like John Kerry and Al Gore, wonder what she has in store. Hillary wants to be president of the United States. In a heather gray pantsuit, she walks by looking just like any other guy, except she's wearing earrings and lipstick of ruby red. With her big calves and awesome lats, she wants to lead the Democrats. But it's hard to support a person with a pumpkin head. Hillary wants to be president of the United States. While her hubby chases his tail and looks at pictures of playmates, it would be a sight to see Bill Clinton as First Lady. Hillary wants to be president of the United States. She wants to catch Osama and defeat Barack Obama with a voice that sounds like fingernails running down a chalkboard. Screaming from a podium while her husband is getting some, hiding from his wife who kinda looks like Gerald Ford. Hillary wants to be a president in 2008, and I bet she does a great job when the Democrats debate. Would you be shocked if she won? We'd see another Clinton in the White House as the president in the fall of 2008.
11:18. I don't like her. Okay, is that a crime?
No.
Am I entitled to not like her?
Yeah,
Clearly,
no.
I don't like her. I didn't like her before. I don't like her now.
Right.
I'm not going to like her whenever.
Right.
By the way, I want you to do me a favor, okay? I don't ask for much.
You got it, man.
Next time you see the Muffmeister, I want you to ask her whose account that is and who wrote that piece of... That was the worst piece of...
Which one was it? Because you know I don't pay any attention.
Joey the Baker, okay?
All right.
One of our fine sponsors that's going to be doing the 50% off on Thursday on WQAM.com, not on neilrogers.com, and not with copy like that was written. It looks to me like a Petey Lenny job. I don't know. Although usually I should give him a little more credit than that.
Yeah, at least he does some things.
Huh?
At least he does some things.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got some
I wonder
zeal.
which loser is responsible for writing that abortion on a piece of paper there. On neilrogers.com, my ass. Somebody doesn't even know how the damn thing works. Okay, let's get the phone cranking again here. That guy brought proceedings to a halt there. Oh, you don't like women. That's why you don't want Hillary. Even Bubba don't want Hillary, okay? Do you see how disgusted he looks, especially the other night in Iowa? He stood behind her with that disgusted look like, oh, my God, she's not going to win this thing and I'm going to have to put up with her every day? Plus, he wants back in the White House. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed the trappings, the crappings and the trappings. Can you imagine the tea rooms in the White House?
Mm-hmm.
You think they have gold-plated fixtures? Remember Johnny, what was the school board member?
Oh, I don't know.
Way before your time. Johnny Jones, was that his name with the gold
Johnny
plumbing
Versace,
fixtures?
I don't know.
Big scandal in Dade County once upon a time. 9:01 on the poll. Boy, Chris must be just kvetching and kvitchking in there, huh? Going to get way over 1,000 votes today on a really crappy poll. I like the poll that whoever that was sent in a little while ago. Somebody anonymous. If I won the lottery, I'd blank.
Yeah.
You don't like that one?
That's fine. That's a fine one.
Also, we suggest for today's poll something we could do without in sports. Men slapping other men on the ass. That's a good choice. You want to put that on there, Chris?
Sure.
Men slapping other men on the ass.
Rectum.
See, any other endeavor in the world, that would be considered so
gay.
But these are macho men, so nobody would suspect that that's a
gay
thing to do. Slap a guy in the ass. Where I come from, the kind of world that I hang out in, if somebody slaps another guy, if a guy slaps another guy in the ass, that's like tapping your toe in the tea room or sliding your foot under the stall or crawling under the stall and saying, pickle anyone? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say pickle or tickle?
Pickle here.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you, sir?
Okay, sir.
I am here to say that no matter who gets elected, we know it's going to be a Democrat, and after 8 long, miserable years that every time I even see our president speak, I can't dive for the dial fast enough.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we are going in a new direction, and no matter who gets it, we all have a lot to be thankful for in the new year.
Amen.
Thanks.
Well said, sir. Hallelujah. Let's hear it for Barack Obama, baby. Let's get rid of these goyim. Let's get rid of the Bush crowd for crying out loud. And Swillery, too. Pack her up, too. Pack her up in a suitcase. And ship her ass out. That's what Bubba's saying. Ship her ass out. And, of course, she projects that same Ice Princess personality when she speaks. That's her. It's not just, I'm assuming that's her. That's just what she is. Cold, calculating, full of crap, unqualified, all of these, And totally unrepentant about voting for the war and voting for funding the war and consistently for this. It's not even a war. It's just an invasion and occupation is what it is. It's like what Hitler did in Czechoslovakia and in Poland and every other place that the world sat by. Oh, we've got peace in our time. Yeah, piece of crap. 567-0560. I see a lot of lines open on that board. A lot of vacancy in the hotel. What a shame. And by the way, did I mention the Tampa Bay Bucks really suck? Did I mention that?
Not yet.
They suck. They're pathetic. Did you watch any of that yesterday?
Probably about half of it.
The Redskins. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh. What an atrocity. With no less. And the Giants. With no less than your boy. Eli. Eli's coming. I sure don't want to see that. Eli Manning. If his brother is Peyton Manning, then he is definitely Sandy Peyton Manning. What the hell was that all about? What kind of a performance was that?
Huh?
567. Just what I said. You think Eli Manning's a good quarterback?
He's okay.
He sucks.
He's no Tom Brady.
But who is? WQAM, hello.
Should I vote on Las Vegas?
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yes, sir. I'd like to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
This is not Neil. This is...
Let me say it again. Speaking, okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Argue some more.
I'm trying to disguise my voice. I'm actually a union member. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. And I'd like to tell you that I really love your show. And actually, it's amazing to speak to you. I just want to tell you about the poll, actually, the Johnny Depp poll. The Ed Wood thing is fantastic. I don't know if you've seen the scene with Martin Landau when he's in the autograph scene.
Well, I watched the movie, so how could I have not seen the scene?
I mean, I understand that, sir, but, anyways, it was like, Peter North and Lexington Steele walked in the room with Ann Coulter and
yeah, okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I bet he's got that written out longhand, you know what? I bet he spent all weekend writing that out.
Didn't help.
No. Gornish Telfin, Pally. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Phil. Thank God I go to a Panthers game now, because you're having kosher food there now.
Because what?
Thank God.
Hello.
They have kosher food there.
They have kosher food?
It's safe.
Yeah,
it's safe to go now.
Yeah.
It's safe. You can avoid the trafe.
Yeah.
No trafe. No. They have kosher food there by 4 o'clock.
And is it as badly as overpriced as the rest of the trafe food?
What else is new, all right?
Yeah.
But 4 o'clock and the leader of the Temple Beth Amnon Mark.
You got a phone number for him?
He's up to this. What?
Does he have a website?
It probably does. So hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. Cox ahoy, Spelly. Wow. When in doubt, clean that baby out.
Rectum.
WQAM, hello.
Should crazy people vote?
Kosher food at the Panther game. Kosher food. We're quelling.
Oi!
Maybe we can get some Jewish players on the team, huh? I doubt it. Matthew Schneider. Sure be an improvement. They're not going to make the playoffs either. Don't start with that hockey talk, okay? Don't let Clarence influence you. It was probably a setup call. Jewish and hockey, okay? Clarence. Isn't that immediately who comes to mind? Obama widens lead.
You, along with the people of Iowa, will have more to do with selecting the next president than just about anybody else on the planet. And that is remarkable, and it is a responsibility I know you've taken seriously. That's why you're here today. But we've got to follow through and finish up. Please give Dave a big round of applause.
Nice going, Dave, whoever you are. There's your next president right there. Even though you're skeptical, I'm telling you right now, sure there's a lot of racist bastards out there. But after 8 years of butchery and lunacy, plus the fact that everybody's going to be out on the street, their homes are all they're foreclosed.
Yeah.
We got a real bad recession coming, man. Come November, people are going to be revolting, like most of our callers.
I'm spreading my legs for Jesus. I am the sanctimonious Senator Larry Craig. I'm a naughty, naughty man when I remove my pants and take a penalistic stance. I'm spreading my legs for Jesus and my constituents. If you gotta take a poo, just tap a little shoe, and I'll bend over forwards for you. When you got a poop, all you gotta do is cruise and say hello. Hello. I have my sanctimonious hole covering over the bowl. and I'm married, you know.
I'm a Bush supporter.
Oh, I'm spreading my legs for Jesus, and I'm certain that he does not mind. You see, religionists of my kind, of the neo-fascist right, stand heads above, up in my behind. Oh.
Always right. Limit their or. Oh! As they say in some circles. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Hey, there's a place above you called, like, Nunavut or something. I was looking on a little address book. It's got, like, a map in there. It's, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nunavut.
There's a place above me?
Well, no,
yeah, it's called the ceiling.
Look
up.
North of you.
And
I was
none of it.
None of it, yeah. That's got, like, a population of 29,000. Anyway.
And what about it?
Hey, nothing. I was just looking. I wanted to know if you knew about it. Anyway,
what about
Obama's going to win, man. Neil.
Oh. Woo! He must know John McCain. WQAM, hello. WQAM.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes.
Hey, Neil, that was pretty funny, that Larry Craig. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was the guy that, these people that call in saying we're going in a new direction. What are they talking about?
They're talking about they're fed up with the way it is right now, and they're hoping for something better.
They want higher taxes and to go into a recession. I guess
higher taxes for the rich. That is correct, sir. Higher taxes for the rich.
Well, more importantly, what's your take on Parcells?
Yeah, take a dump, moron. One of the typical Bush people, man. Crazy person, like John McCain and George Bush, and all other people of that ilk, like Jolly Joe Bell. Here's the poll: 924 votes. What should be eliminated from professional sports? Invocation 245. Amen to that. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Amen. Sports nerd fans 134. Crazed people like him. Bill Parcells, my ass. Old fat ass. Don King 105. Designated hitter 87. Golf 87. Sport. Oh, brother, that's a sport. 3-man booth 66. How about a 50-man booth? How about John Wilkes Booth? How about Shirley Booth? Locker room interviews 58. How about post-game press conferences? How's that?
Mm-hmm.
You want to put that on there, Chris?
Sure.
Post-game, everybody and their brother is sitting in front of a microphone. It's the coach, it's the quarterback, it's the water boy, it's, oh my God. Quarterback's boyfriend. I mean, come on already. Jesus. Pitchers who hit like girls 44. The middle 50 yards of a soccer field 34. The jockocracy 20. Boy, that's moving up the ladder. I told you. The public is tired of all these illiterate, dumb jocks. Get them off the air. 2-minute warning 13. Extra point 13. Oh, and my favorite part of is it the NFL Today? Is that the one on CBS with Shannon Sharp?
Mm-hmm.
Is where JB says, and they're going through the highlights at halftime. And he goes from Danny Boy to Cower. Is Cower on that one? I can't keep track. And then to Shannon. And he'll go, Shannon. Have you ever heard him do that? It's his turn to
I usually don't watch the
Shannon.
stuff.
Shannon my ass, okay? What is wrong with you people? Extra point 13. Warm-up pitches 8. Men slapping each other on the ass has already got 4. Think about it. I've been talking about that for 25 years, and nobody wants to deal with it. It's very gay, okay? These are supposed to be macho men. Keep your hands off the other guy's ass. That's all I ask.
Rectum.
Foul shots 4 in the huddle, too. Out of 924. You're going to make 1,000 pretty damn soon. Then they will fear you, man.
Uh-huh.
WQAM, hello.
This is Hitler.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, how come you don't do doo-wop shows anymore? And you talk about the singers and a little bit of history. Sir, you're doing fart sounds after...
No, I'm doing raspberries, okay? Don't be accusing me of doing fart sounds, you moron.
No, you are doing
We'll
that.
send you over there to Joyce, okay? We'll let her slap your ass till it's red and raw. And your ass, too. How do you like that? Accuses me of doing fart sounds. Hillary booed at New Hampshire Democratic Party dinner. Did you see this?
No. Tell us all about it.
If the New Hampshire Democratic Party's 100 Club dinner is any bellwether, Barack Obama will win handily. In New Hampshire, when Obama, the dinner's last speaker, took to the stage, the crowd surged forward chanting, Obama, and fired up ready to go. So many people pressed toward the stage that the announcer asked people to please take their seats for safety's sake. Not for old time's sake, for safety's sake. By comparison, Hillary was booed twice. The first time was when she said she is always and will continue to work for change for you. The audience, especially from Obama supporters, they were waving Obama signs, let out a noise that sounded like 1,000 people collectively groaning. The second time came a few minutes later when Clinton said, there are two big questions for voters in New Hampshire. One is who will be ready to lead from day one. The second, and here Clinton was forced to pause, as boos from the crowd mixed with cheers from her own supporters, is who we can nominate who will go the distance against the Republicans. She ain't even going to go the distance against the Democrats. The dinner held in the Hampshire Dome in Milford is the largest political dinner in New Hampshire history, Republican or Democrat. More than 3,000 people attended, and they were booing Swillery. They booed her ass. Get out of here, you bitch. You ice princess, you phony dyke. Get out of our face. Who'll be ready from day one? Yeah, she knows where the tea rooms are in the White House. She knows where the big dinners are held. The state room, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that. And she knows where Monica was diddling her husband. And she knows that. That's about it. 9:29 on the pool. None for post-game press conferences yet? Come on. Who needs it? Who needs it? Jocks sitting in front of a microphone. Just like we used to do here on QAM, although not so much during this show anymore. They didn't interrupt us for that big announcement about Scam Cameron getting canned last week. Why not? That would have killed some good time. That's why they wouldn't do it. Now, did you find out whose account this is, by the way?
Not yet, no.
Well, work on it feverishly. WQAM, hello.
Neil, please?
Yes, speaking.
How you doing?
All right.
Hey, did you see I read something on the internet about an incident with O'Reilly trying to attend Obama support, and
he shoved a security guard, and then he pretended he didn't do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to get in the way of a camera on the factor. He's just a jerk, you know.
They should have kicked his ass.
Right.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah. See, I don't mention those things because I don't want to give him any more publicity. Remember when he was first coming on radio in this market, and his people were calling us, oh, Bill would like to be on the Neil Rogers show. I said, no way. And to this day, that was years ago, and they still can't crack a 1 share on the air.
Oh.
His radio show gets point in this market. Nothing. Zero. Doesn't make the needle move on the Richter scale. Point. Yeah. Nice going, Steve Lappa. Everybody's a stupid star, man. And, of course, every time he farts, the media goes nuts, you know. Billo did this, and Billo did that, and Billo said this, and Billo was breathing heavy on the phone, and Billo was telling more lies and BS. Find out who wrote that copy, by the way.
You slut, you whore.
Hillary from Arkansas, Hillary from Little Rock, Arkansas. Got an idea from Tiffany, moved to New York and run for senator. All through the state, people shout your name. Hillary! You will never beat Giuliani. No, sir! The idea seems so silly. Hillary from Arkansas. Hillary from Arkansas, right out of the cornfield on Hee Haw. Husband Billy is a naughty boy. When you leave the house, he'll jump for joy. Whitewater now just a memory. Hillary! Genuino doesn't have a clue. No, sir! You and Bill are so damn slippery. Hillary from Arkansas. I think you should run, honey. Well, hell yes, I do. I think you should devote all your time to it. And I'll just, I'll stay home, you know. I'll take care of things. Taking care of business. I'm a BTL fan, man. Miss Hillary from Arkansas, it's the damnedest thing I ever saw. You're a sweaty little goofy dog, 'cause you never have lived in New York, so change your mind while in Illinois. Hillary! We don't believe that you're a Yankee fan. No, sir! You're a dope-beating bad Democrat. Hillary from Arkansas. Hillary! Hillary!
Okay, 14 till noon at 560 WQAM. Are you going somewhere on Thursday again? You're going to be out and about or not?
No, for lunch, no. Once a month is what the plan is.
Once a month?
But that's not necessarily going to happen, it depends on who's interested. Although the Gulfstream people thought it was really nice, and they might do it again a couple times.
Well, good.
Yeah, I had fun.
And then we can win you some more money out there. Another
Sounds
$5 or $7
sweet.
bucks. Hillary Clinton. Now, this is written by Jessica Yellen from CNN. If you ever hear Jessica Yellen, man, she makes a lot of noise. Hillary Clinton is the only one worried about Barack Obama's post-Iowa momentum. A former top Republican official tells CNN Obama could win a significant portion of the Republican vote in a general election if he becomes the Democratic nominee. How do you like that?
All right.
I like it. The leading Republican strategist who requested anonymity because this person advises a number of Republican presidential candidates told CNN, I think Barack Obama is a potential Robert Kennedy or Reagan figure. And in terms of raw political horsepower, he's the most electable of any of the Democrats and potentially more electable than Bill Clinton. If he ran the right campaign, he could appeal to a substantial number of Republicans and independents. This person insists Obama's nomination isn't a done deal. He could make a mistake. His people could get overconfident. He needs to continue to push his theme, even as she continues to hit him on different issues. In the days since he won the caucuses, the New York Senator's campaign has hit Obama on a number of issues, including his decision to hire a former lobbyist to manage his New Hampshire campaign and his past position on the Patriot Act. Former President Bill Clinton compared Obama's early position on the Iraq War to President Bush's, and national reporters were summoned to an urgent conference call because some callers on the Do Not Call registry had received robocalls from Obama's campaign that Clinton's staff alleges didn't fully comply with election law. Yet now, Obama holds a 10-point edge over Clinton in the new poll of New Hampshire. He's going to win in a landslide tomorrow. You'll see. The 10% was yesterday. He's gaining 3 points today. He's going to win in a landslide. He's going to beat her 8 ways to hell. Am I right? Yes.
Yep.
Look at that phone, man. Dead as a doornail. What has this got to do with Bill Parcells? That's what I'd like to know. What has this got to do with the big tuna? Huh? I wonder if your buddy Charlie B put that on the poll. What kind of filling do you like in your sandwich? How about tuna? What kind of polls are these, man? He must have been doing some serious acid over the weekend. I mean, this is the worst pile of crud. Isn't it?
You know, I'm his biggest defender, and I appreciate what he does.
And he usually needs defending.
I can't say too much about these in his defense.
What's your favorite sandwich filler? If I put that poll on our website, I would get lynched.
You know what's good about them, though?
Chorizo, yes?
We didn't have to make them.
We didn't have to make what?
Still.
The polls.
I mean...
As if I would use these?
Yeah.
Now, see, the idea of the poll is we don't have to make them into something that we want to use that might be good, that might be interesting. Not what's your favorite sandwich bread, Kaiser roll, pumpernickel, sourdough. Oh, my God, Charlie, oh. Talk about scraping the barnacles off the bottom of your
Rectum.
ass. Hitting new lows, man. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes.
After what Barry Jackson wrote last week about Joel trying to get out of his lease, how long do you think the station across the street is going to last these days?
How do I know? Not long.
No, you think Lincoln is going to pick him up and continue as a sports station?
Any guess? Abe Lincoln. Yeah, Abe Lincoln. What are you asking me, do I think? What difference does it make what I think, you moron? What's your take? What do you think? I don't know. How the hell do I know? If I got crystal balls? Jesus God. What do you think? What do you think? What's your take? What's your take? I don't know, and guess what? I don't care either. I couldn't care less. I have no interest in that abortion across the street. None. Zero. I don't hear it. I don't want to know from it. I don't want to listen to it. And as far as Joel Feinberg is concerned, him and Jolly Joe Bell are a match made in purgatory, man. 2 overgrown children.
I'm going to show you.
Playing with the same ball, man. Playing with the same toys. We're going to build a wall of football. A wall of football. What does that mean? You have any idea what that means?
I'm trying to picture it. I envision a lot of footballs.
A wall of football. That's Jolly Joe Bell's strategy. Even for the non-season, man, which is most of the year. A wall of football. We got the Canes. Canes playing any more games this year?
No.
We got the Fish.
No.
Fish playing any more games after their 1-15 season? No. He's going to build a wall of football. You're going to build a wall, all right, and you're going to be underneath it. That's what you're doing to this place. And I've been the one calling that for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. Piece by piece, brick by brick. Maybe that's the wall he's talking about. The wall of destruction.
The Berlin Wall?
Like that. Remember the Wall of Destruction by Barry McGuire? Hey, Barry.
You fair.
Wall of Confusion.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'm looking through your website and the needed burqa. What happened to that?
What?
The needed burqa.
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Naked women you used to have.
You need us for naked women on the internet? Do you really? Do you not know where to go?
Yeah.
I mean, you could Google naked women and
we're listening, sir. We're listening to this pathetic excuse for a call.
What is Google?
They're gone. They're long gone. They're not on there. Okay, there are no naked women on our website.
Sir?
What?
Google. What is that?
Yeah, Google. That's what you are. Google, like an infant. Google. That's what babies say. Google.
Stick your thumb up. Sit on it.
That's
right.
Google. Stick your thumb up your ass. Pull out a plum, and then eat it. WQAM. Hello.
Hi, Neil. I've been looking over the results and everything, and I've decided we should all vote for Lolita, Lolita, me chupa la pingui.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
My favorite Johnny Depp movie of all time is Blow.
Yeah.
What about you? You like Blow?
Blow off.
Blow this. Yeah!
Oh, God, I kiss the ground. In fact, I'd like to work a deal I never have to come there again, ever. I don't ever want to be in South Florida again, ever. Maybe I'll get me a place in Buffalo. Like a P.O. box, something like that.
Sure, a mail drop.
Yeah. Yeah, mail drop. QAM, hello. WQAM,
Ever
hello.
have a mail drop?
Yeah.
I bet.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I just wish you'd come back down to Miami.
No.
Or else I'm going to have to go up to Toronto. Can I stay over for a week?
No.
Come on, please.
No chance.
What do I have to do to be your friend?
Send a picture.
Yeah, let me give you the answer to that. Don't ever call the show again. That would be a good first step.
Be my friend.
Godfather. WQAM, hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
This is Chuck Norris.
That was up, Chuck. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Okay.
Hey, I got an email back from one I sent to Joe Bell. I was complaining about the beast polluting the airways. He said he'd look into it.
The beast is going off on January 22nd. They hired a guy from Kansas City.
Well, that's good. That's good. The beast is not, should not be near a microphone.
That is correct.
Okay, thanks.
And neither should you. 961 on the poll, man. Next hour we're going over 1,000, and then after that there's no holding us back. And I thought this poll was bad today. I'm looking at this pile. Wow. Favorite sandwich filler. Oh. And you know something? They gave me crap when I did the one about your favorite candy bar, which I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a lot of fun. Didn't you?
It was a lot of fun. I mean,
yeah, it was a lot of fun, but we don't wanna. We don't like it. We're in Florida. Well, you stay there, okay? Including that schmuck I called before. I can't afford any new friends, sir, okay? I'm already overloaded. Now, did you find out who wrote this piece of copy?
It's Pete Lenny, and he's rewriting it right now.
What did I tell you? Because it sounded like him.
Right.
With all his cutesy little lines that he puts in there that
ran out
to write the shtick. He did what?
You'd be impressed. I sent a text. He ran in here practically before I sent it. That's how
he should have ran in there in tears.
Yeah, well,
he doesn't even know what website we're doing the thing on, okay? A guy who tries too hard to be clever and cute and funny. And 3 things about him. He isn't clever, he's not cute, and he's definitely not funny.
Well, he's funny looking.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
And you can go to Neil Rogers' page to get the link. Remember Eric put that link up there a while ago?
Let me say it again. Let me say it to you again. The promotional idea is for them to go to QAM.com. Don't you understand that? Why are you defending the indefensible? Because you're a putt? Is that why you're doing it?
I'm
just to be argumentative?
I'm just promoting this show's website.
Oh, guess what movie I watched last night?
Something you've seen before? Give me a hint.
Yes. A Kiss Before Dying, the original one with Robert Wagner.
Oh, the original one? Okay.
Oh, man.
I've seen them both.
He looked so good in that movie, I could have just, started at his toes and worked all the way
Yeah, that wasn't
up.
my reaction when I watched it, no.
Each week we give you the opportunity to try one of the area's restaurants at half off, and this week's feature is going to be one of the classic Italian restaurants, one of the best in town, Joey the Baker in Pembroke Pines. Now, those chain Italian places, they're overpriced and have the same old parm. Do you know what that means, the same old parm?
No.
Well,
Time to register. Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
NFL Films present The Dolphins Suck. In the 2007 campaign, players, reporters, and fans agree. The Dolphins suck. Not only do they suck out loud. Their players suck. Their coaches suck. And those pastel uniforms, oh, daddy, do they ever suck. But on a rainy Monday night in Pittsburgh, the Suckfins took sucking to a whole new level of suck. They lost a 3-0 ball game with 17 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, thus prompting football fans everywhere to shut off their TVs, shake their heads, and shout upon high, the Dolphins suck.
Amen. 1201 at 560, although at least they don't have Jeff Garcia at quarterback. Like the Bucks. Did you see that game, Chris?
I watched about half of it before I fell asleep.
Now, does he suck, Jeff Garcia?
You fairy.
I mean, on the field. 968 on your poll. I'm not asking you for a real opinion, okay? Just the idea that the Redskins were even in the playoffs is so embarrassing to me and humiliating. And the fact that the Giants won their game, it just, I don't get it. Well, they were playing a girls' team, the Bucks. The Bucks suck. George McGovern says, why I believe Bush must go. Nixon was bad. These guys are worse. Remember George McGovern?
Sure do.
He used to be a guest on my show when I was on INZ at night, every now and then. Those were the days, baby, when I was on a real radio station. Remember those days? No, you don't. Why do you remember IOD?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Paxson days at IOD?
Sure do.
That was pretty radio-ish.
It was.
As compared to this. Don't forget, speaking of that, we got the Jack Show with the music in the back. Watch your backs, Jacks.
I'm going to try to get like a real drum in here, and I'm going to accompany him personally.
No, seriously, what is that all about? Can you explain it to me?
We tried. He's cool. Don't you know? When you play jazz, it makes you look cool.
It makes you what?
Look cool. Don't you know jazz is cool?
We got filler music.
Oh, yeah. This is from Ren and Stimpy, as a matter of fact.
It's what?
From Ren and Stimpy.
Oh.
And so's that.
Why so it said R&S, I thought Rick and Suds. That's what an old fuddy-duddy I am.
This is the opening thing. Speaking of drums.
Yeah.
It don't get any bongo-ier than this, baby. Daddy-o.
I might be tempted one day to come in here and listen for about 5 minutes. I doubt it, though.
Do you like it?
No. George McGovern says, as we enter the 8th year of the Bush-Cheney administration, I've belatedly and painfully concluded that the only honorable course for me is to urge the impeachment of the president and the vice president.
Oh!
After the 72 presidential election, I stood clear of calls to impeach President Nixon for his misconduct during the campaign. I thought that my joining the impeachment effort would be seen as an expression of personal vengeance toward the president who had defeated me. Today I've made a different choice. Of course, there seems to be little bipartisan support for impeachment. The political scene is marked by narrow and sometimes superficial partisanship, especially among Republicans, and a lack of courage and statesmanship on the part of too many Democratic politicians. So the chances of a bipartisan impeachment and conviction are not promising. But what are the facts? Bush and Cheney are clearly guilty of numerous impeachable offenses. They've repeatedly violated the Constitution. They've transgressed national and international law. They've lied to the American people time after time. Their conduct and their barbaric policies have reduced our beloved country to a historic low in the eyes of the people around the world. These are truly high crimes and misdemeanors, to use the constitutional standard. From the beginning, the Bush-Cheney team's assumption of power was the product of questionable elections that probably should have been officially challenged, perhaps even by a congressional investigation. In a more fundamental sense, American democracy has been derailed through the Bush-Cheney regime. The dominant commitment of the administration has been a murderous, illegal, nonsensical war against Iraq. That irresponsible venture has killed almost 4,000 Americans, left many times that number mentally or physically crippled, claimed the lives of an estimated 600,000 Iraqis, according to an October study from the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and laid waste to their country. The financial cost of the U.S. is now $250 million a day and expected to exceed a total of $1 trillion, most of which we borrowed from the Chinese and others, as our national debt has now climbed above $9 trillion, by far the highest in our national history. All of this has been done without the declaration of war from Congress that the Constitution clearly requires in defiance of the UN Charter and in violation of international law. This reckless disregard for life and property, as well as constitutional law, has been accompanied by the abuse of prisoners, including systematic torture, in direct violation of the Geneva Conventions in 1949. I haven't been heavily involved in singing the praises of the Nixon administration, but the case for impeaching Bush and Cheney is far stronger than was the case against Nixon and Spiro Agnew after the 72 election. The nation would be much more secure and productive under a Nixon presidency than with Bush. Indeed, has any administration in our national history been so damaging as the Bush-Cheney era?
No.
How could a once-admired great nation fall into such a quagmire of killing, immorality, and lawlessness? Asked George. It happened in part because the Bush-Cheney team repeatedly deceived Congress, the press, and the public into believing that Saddam Hussein had nuclear arms and other horrifying bad weapons that were an imminent threat to the USA. The administration has also led the public to believe that Iraq was involved in the 9/11 attacks, another blatant falsehood. Many times in recent years I recall Jefferson's observation, "Indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just." The basic strategy of the administration has been to encourage a climate of fear, letting it exploit the 2001 al-Qaeda attacks, not only to justify the invasion of Iraq, but also to excuse such dangerous misbehavior as the illegal tapping of our phones by government agents. The same fear-mongering has led government spokesmen and cooperative members of the press to imply that we are at war with the entire Arab and Muslim world, more than 1 billion people. Cooperative members of the press. Another shocking perversion has been the shipping of prisoners scooped off the streets of Afghanistan to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and other countries without benefit of our time-tested laws of habeas corpus. Although the President was advised by the intelligence agencies last August that Iran had no program to develop nuclear weapons, he continued to lie to the country and to the world. This is the same strategy of deception that brought us into war in the Arabian desert and could lead us into another unjustified invasion of Iran. I can say with some professional knowledge and experience that if Bush invades yet another Muslim oil state, it would mark the end of U.S. influence in the crucial Middle East for decades. Ironically, while Bush and Cheney made counterterrorism the battle cry of their administration, their policies, especially the war in Iraq, have increased the terrorist threat and reduced the security of the USA. Consider the difference between the policies of the first President Bush and those of his son. When the Iraqi army marched into Kuwait in August of 1990, President George Herbert Walker Bush gathered the support of the entire world, including the UN, the EU, and most of the Arab League, to quickly expel Iraqi forces from Kuwait. The Saudis and Japanese paid most of the cost. Instead of getting bogged down in a costly occupation, the administration established a policy of containing the Ba'athist regime with international arms inspectors, no-fly zones, and economic sanctions. Iraq was left as a stable country with little or no capacity to threaten anybody. Today, after 5 years of clumsy, mistaken policies and U.S. military occupation, Iraq has become a breeding ground of terrorism and bloody civil strife. It's no secret that former President Bush, his Secretary of State James Baker III, and his National Security Advisor General Brent Scowcroft all opposed the 2003 invasion and occupation of Iraq. In addition to the shocking breakdown of presidential legal and moral responsibility, there is the scandalous neglect and mishandling of the Hurricane Katrina catastrophe. The veteran CNN commentator Jack Cafferty condenses it to a sentence: I've never seen anything as badly bungled and poorly handled as the situation in New Orleans. Any impeachment proceeding must include a careful and critical look at the collapse of presidential leadership in response to perhaps the worst natural disaster in U.S. history. Impeachment is unlikely, of course, but we still must urge Congress to act. Impeachment, quite simply, is the procedure written into the Constitution to deal with presidents who violate the Constitution and the laws of the land. It's also a way to signal to the American people in the world that some of us feel strongly enough about the present drift of our country to support the impeachment of the false prophets who've led us astray. This, I believe, is the rightful course for an American patriot. As former Representative Elizabeth Holtzman, who played a key role in the Nixon impeachment proceedings, wrote 2 years ago, it wasn't until the most recent revelations that President Bush directed the wiretapping of hundreds, maybe thousands of Americans in violation of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and argued that as Commander-in-Chief he had the right and interest of national security to override our country's laws, that I felt the same sinking feeling in my stomach as I did during Watergate. Any president who maintains that he's above the law and repeatedly violates the law, thereby commits high crimes and misdemeanors. I believe we have a chance to heal the wounds the nation suffered in the opening decade of the 21st century. This recovery may take a generation and will depend on the election of a series of rational presidents and Congresses. At age 85, I won't be around to witness the completion of the difficult rebuilding of our sorely damaged country, but I'd like to hold on long enough to see the healing begin. There's never been a day in my adult life when I wouldn't have sacrificed that life to save the U.S. from genuine danger, such as the ones we faced when I served as a bomber pilot in WW2. We must be a great nation because from time to time we make gigantic blunders, but so far we've survived and recovered, says George McGovern. Bye, George. Remember George McGovern? No, you don't.
I do, actually.
977 on Chris's poll. And what do we need to get rid of? What should be eliminated from professional sports? And the invocation is winning hands down your pants. There's Hillary looking like not over a day over 90.
Is out talking very aggressively about the things that Barack Obama is doing wrong. She said, listen, it's one thing to talk about change. It's another thing to actually have done it. So there's a very aggressive push against Barack Obama and a very aggressive push on the ground to get Hillary Clinton's voters out.
That's where she belongs, on the ground. Or maybe in the pound. There's Candy Cowley, man. Is she looking bad today or what? Not that she has days when she looks really great. She's looking too much makeup today, you know?
No, I don't know. I'm not watching it.
Well, why not? What are you watching?
I'm watching Spick TV with a half-naked woman on it dancing around in a gold outfit.
What a prevert, man.
Yeah, and better than what you're watching.
That's for damn sure. And better-looking women.
Howard David's a bitch.
Men who like talking about other guys are usually hiding from what they realize. They want their nose in an athlete's life. Sniffing yellow jockstrap. Much like in sport, fools conceal their fear by talking about sports while drinking a beer. They desire, of course, to be a submissive queer. For some yellow jockstrap. Yellow jockstraps, yellow jockstraps. Only queers want to hear sports all day. Yellow jockstraps, yellow jockstraps. The management here is undeniably gay. Anyone who wants to hear just sports all stinking day is dreaming about a locker room, golden shower spray. Yellow jockstraps. Hey, how about those Dolphins? What a game they played. And somebody's kid with the Hurricanes. Do talk about it all the time. Makes you a faggot, I'm afraid. You like yellow jockstraps.
You fairy.
Churning and burning out morning shows. No interest in learning about radio. Just a sausage party for a few sportle homos who like yellow jockstraps. Yellow jockstraps, yellow jockstraps. Sport hoses sees who are and out. Yellow jockstraps, yellow jockstraps. They're on your mind to be in your mouth. Sports, 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 sports. Sports all day makes you gay. Sports all day makes you gay. Sports all day makes you gay.
You know, I was just thinking, and of course that's unusual for me, but I was just thinking about this thing with the dump button. You know, maybe Fix-It still doesn't have this thing activated down there. Maybe
that's possible. I'll tell my department head.
You're going to give your department what?
No.
Oh.
Nothing.
Good. And that's exactly what they deserve, by the way. Look at that phone, man. Dead as a doornail. You'd think we weren't even on the air now. Too political today, baby. We don't want to hear politics, even though we got the New Hampshire primary tomorrow. And that's what anybody with an IQ over 3 is talking about in America these days. We don't want to do that. Not on QAM. We got planes flying into buildings. What's that got to do with the ball game? What's that got to do with the Dolphins, with Bill Parcells? We got to talk about sports.
There might have been a jock on one of those planes.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Or in one of those buildings.
Right.
5670560. Here's my last push for calls today. We were on a pretty good roll there for a while. And pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Once that 45-minute delay catches up with us, we'll be in good shape. Don't forget the Jason Jerk Show 2 to 4 this afternoon. No extra charge for the bongo music. Now, is it all bongo music, or is it
No,
like
I'm telling
just
you,
jazz?
it's like drum solos and jazz music.
Oh, jazz, man,
Harry
that's cool,
Connick
Daddy-O.
Jr.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah,
like
cruel.
Gloves 94.
It's
wow.
cruel.
Cruel and cool. QAM.
Hey, my worst thing with sports today on TV is the sideline reporters. The inane babble they spit out while the game is going on is just
Yeah, why does it
ridiculous.
take 75 people to broadcast a game now?
It's ridiculous. And it used to be okay when they'd come on, when somebody got hurt, and they'd give you a report from the bench whether they're going to come back. But they have, like, prepared packages that they interrupt plays for. It's just ridiculous.
Absolutely correct, sir. Okay, thanks. Sideline reporters, there's another one for your poll, Chris.
Put it on now.
Do it. 992. Boy, in this segment, we're going to go over 1,000 votes, and it's not even 12:30 yet. Wow. Eat your heart out, Jolly Joe. Eat your parts out, baby. Tear your kishkis out. WQAM, hello.
They let me out.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hola. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
I have to agree with you about the football. I mean, the only really good teams in the NFL right now, definitely, of course, the Patriots. The 4 teams that had the buys are the 4 best teams. Every other game was terminal. That Tennessee-San Diego game was 3-0.
Oh, just desperate, man. The San Diego sucks.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to absolutely...
The fact that they had to, like, pull it out of their ass to beat Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee couldn't score in a whorehouse. You know, they're pathetic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all those teams that won this weekend are just going to get absolutely pounded by the teams they play next week.
Correct.
Okay, but what did I ever...
Don't say it.
What did I ever...
Too late.
Don't say it. Too late what?
You already said it.
No, see, you can't just call and have a conversation.
No.
Because all of these idiots, and I mean idiots, they've got to have a handle, you know what I mean?
That would
They've
make
gotta
them a
have
normal
some,
person, and we can't have that now, can we?
I have no life.
That's their identity in life. Oh, I'm the, what did I ever do to you guy? The
Yeah.
Neil Rogers Show.
The quarter slots guy.
I'm the guy with the eyes. Oh, I feel sorry for us. Just like Dom DeLuise said in Fatso, and he said, I feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for us. You know it's plus 12, it's 54 degrees.
No,
on
I
the
didn't.
7th day enero. And we have 996 vote. 4 more for 1,000.
All
Then
right.
Chris can sit back in the chair and eat again. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yeah.
how are you, sir?
Okay.
2 questions. One, I'm trying to listen to you on the web, and it keeps coming in and out. Is that for any particular reason, or
No, it's the first report I've had of it.
it goes and then stops for a little, streams for a while, and then it'll stop for like 30 seconds and stream
We'll
again.
definitely stick our nose into it.
I'm on your website. Where do I take the poll at? If I could say that.
Where do you take the poll at?
I'm looking at the website. Do I have to go on your own website or the
Let me ask you this.
Sounds very personal.
Could the poll be any bigger than it already is? You see the banner?
I think he's on the QAM website.
You're on the QAM website. That's not our website. That's the station website, neilrogers.com. Get with it, sir. Very, very confused man. I feel so bad. Not. 997. We only need 3 now. They're pouring in by the ones. Yeah, if the streaming was a problem, it's he's the only one I'm hearing it from.
That's probably his connection.
Yeah, you got a French connection, sir. Bad. Get a new computer. Go out and do something constructive. Spend some money. WQAM, hello. QAM. Another line checker, a line twister. He's twisting the phone cord. QAM.
Yes.
Yes.
Who is Luann, and why do you call her Screw Ann? You keep talking.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
QAM, hello.
Children.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I called Friday, and I believe that we got...
Oh, not again. Not again. WQAM, hello.
I'm free.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
I just want to say you'll notice that whenever the talking heads are talking about Hillary, it's the Clintons. You know, it's not just Hillary. It's not Hillary Clinton. It's the both of them.
Like they're joined at the hip, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. And my assumption is Barack Obama is going to have Jew Lieberman as his vice president.
Yeah, right. Very
Love
funny.
you.
Very funny. Not. No, Barack Obama's too smart to do that like Al Gore did, back in 2000. Jew Lieberman. Again, Democrats grasping defeat from the jaws of victory. That's the only thing that made it possible for them to fix the election. He would have won in a landslide. As it is, he won the popular vote by over 1 million votes. But not the Electoral College, which should have been abandoned a long time ago. That also makes it so much easier to fix the election. We got 1,000 votes. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, happy day. Oh, we got a new piece of copy now. Isn't that nice?
From Petey. He said, let me know if that's better. And then he ran out.
I'm going to tell you something. He must be, at least with him, you could count on a copy. He was always writing shtick. He wouldn't let me do my own shtick. He would always do that. But at least it was something that made some sense. But I think he's hanging around this Raleigh crowd too much now, and it's rubbing off, You notice the effect that it had on everybody who came back, like Brian Schmutz? And, of course, what's his name there? Todd Dreck. He hasn't been near that studio in a dog's age. Am I right?
Right.
And you want to know why? Because he don't want nothing to do with this, and we don't want nothing to do with him either. We don't want nothing to do with him. Oh, you got to do this for me. Remember, speaking of Screw Ann, when he used to walk in behind her skirt? Always behind her petticoats there, man. Always hanging onto her apron strings.
There was nothing petty about her coat.
Oh, my God. Well, Todd wants you to do this. Todd could never speak for himself because he knew that it was always something nobody wanted to do,
And that you told him to go
some piece of crap, some garbage, which I'm tempted to say what it is, but probably better not.
Who's going to give Ricky a blow?
Oh, I don't know what it is about them, their whiny little voices or their big noses, those goofy hats, tiny little schmeckles. I don't know, they just rub me the wrong way.
Anti-Semitism lives in every speech Hillary gives. It's in the news. Oh, Hillary hates Jews.
Oh, my God.
Spewing hatred through the halls, busting people's matzo balls. It's in the news. Hillary hates Jews.
Oh, my God.
You won't catch her lighting a menorah.
No.
God, she must have a wonderful aura. When she speaks, I want to cry. She could use a good rabbi. It's in the news. Oh, Hillary hates Jews.
12:31 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you, January 7th of January, man. It's all over now. A lot of these people, once it gets to Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year's, they take these extended, every day's a vacation, baby. But you know what? Sooner or later, unless you win the lotto, unless somebody leaves you a lot of money, you got to pay the piper, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to come back and do this horrible thing called work. Yeah. Lotto is only 9 million Wednesday, but you know what? If I win it Wednesday night, which I'm sure I won't, but if I did, Thursday, you're on. And good luck to you, by the way. I mean, 9 million, how much could I send you if I won 9 million? If I won at 38 million last week, I would have sent you some serious
Whatever
money.
You send me, I'll say thanks.
And what would I send Chris? How many cents?
About 30, man.
Oh, my God.
That would be very kind.
Attach a collectible stamp to the envelope. How's that?
How about if I send it postage due?
No.
WQAM, hello.
Jennifer!
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
I just want to tell you, I know it's a long delay, but I finally got around to watching Network and Fatso this weekend, and I have to say...
You watched what?
Network and Fatso for the first time.
Both. Wow, what a weekend.
And can you make a list of movies to see? Because right now you're hitting 1,000% right now.
Can I make a list of movies to see?
You used to have it on there, list of movies required viewing. I think you should have like everyone to see because so far you're hitting them on the head. No pun intended.
Okay, we'll work on it.
And also,
yes,
the fact that you're not a jock sniffer. I know a lot of people call you with sports questions. The fact you're not a jock sniffer, I think that's why people want to hear your opinion. Because I don't think most people are jock sniffers. It's just forced down their throat.
Yeah, but you see, there's something you don't understand. When they call and ask my opinion about those things, it's never about anything I care about. It's like, well, what do you think about Parcells? I don't care about Parcells. I don't care about the Dolphins. I don't care about Wayne. I don't care about Jimmy Syphilis or Danny Boy or the Brainstem. I don't care about any of that. So I don't have any opinion.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, good deal.
Okay, see ya. I mean, he makes a valid point. I mean, I could answer those questions, but I don't care. In addition to which, we already got 20 hours a day of that jock sniffing stuff on the air. I don't want to, get sucked into it, because once I start answering those questions, then there'll be a whole bunch of them. Oh, Neil's doing a sports show now. Oh, that's really great.
Maybe they'll renew you.
What?
If you do, maybe they'll renew you.
I don't want to do a sports show, and I don't want them to renew me. And guess what? They would love for me to leave tomorrow. They want the salary off the books tomorrow. That, again, nobody has said that in those words, but that's my perception, okay? If I left tomorrow, they'd have a party. Not a farewell party for me, but about me. That's what they would do. I mean, you look at what happened with Eddie Kay and Hank, and it's not just the fact that they blew them out the door. They can blow anybody out they want to, including me. But it was the way that it was done. And this is Jolly Joe, man. This is this current regime. They aren't people persons at all. They're evil. They mess with people's lives, which is what this business does best, by the way. They mess with people's lives. George.
Yeah.
I just passed that along just for,
Well, thank you.
For your consideration. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, did you read that article on Jack's why he got fired from ESPN? He sent someone email at the show that do they want his Chocolate Thunder, and I think George has a lot of guts to try to criticize Jack's show.
Who? What?
You have a lot of guts to try to criticize his show?
Whose show?
He's not criticizing anybody's show. He's talking about the fact that he plays bongo music in the background during the show. He doesn't listen to it.
I wasn't talking about that. Other people were. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I have a lot of guts criticizing his show.
You got a lot of guts.
Oh, yeah.
You got some real big cajones, baby.
Yeah. To criticize a show that's going to be going off the air soon.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't take this the wrong way, but how long have you and Reverend Jones worked together?
WQAM, hello.
Oh,
WQAM, hola.
Hello?
Yes.
Have you been okay in these lonely, lonely, lonely days? I'm mentally ill.
Oh, man. Who needs to go to the asylum when you got this show, man? No extra charge. Like a one-way ticket. WQAM, hello.
I would prefer to have you 24/7 and get rid of all those jokers that are there with sports radio.
Yeah, okay. WQAM, hello.
Neil, hi, it's Sonny Fox here.
Wow.
Sonny Fox?
Obviously not, but boy, he had it down.
Yeah. What was that?
That was the Sonny Fox impersonator. Nice job.
But what was that? What was that sound?
A beep and hang up. You know when somebody slams the phone down and they hit a button at the same time, while they're doing it?
Wow. That might have been him. Just like Stan Major said, that was Don Johnson. Maybe that was Don Johnson doing a Sonny Fox impersonation. WQAM, hello.
I'm out.
Good. QAM, hello.
Yeah, Wayne Northrup's a homosexual. You
Dump it. Do we even know who that is? Who's he talking about?
Nobody. I don't know.
Is that some jock?
Probably a friend of his.
Oh, probably his boyfriend. WQAM, hello.
I'm ill.
No kidding. No kidding. Bulletin. We got over 1,000 votes. I don't need to look at that horrible poll again. We better come up with a pretty decent one for tomorrow because we had the Johnny Depp poll on Friday and this one today about what we can do without in sports. Let's take a look at it though, just once, and then maybe again before the end of the show, maybe. We have 1,021 vote. What should be eliminated from professional sports? The invocation, 266. God bless America, baby. Here's some Getchke. In Jesus' name. It always used to crack me up and get me pissed off at the same time. You go to a Dolphin game, which there are just tons of Jews there coming from Broward, and maybe 1 or 2 from Dade, and 2 or 3 from Palm Beach. And here's the invocation with some priest, and he's doing this, and in Jesus' name, and all of the Jews are standing like, what? Well, what's with the Jesus? What's with Yoshki, It's called insensitivity, intolerance, it's called unacceptable, and it's the NFL freaking way. It's a football thing. It goes back to the high school football games in Texas in the Deep South, where they have to have the prayer before the game. So after the game, the quarterback can go out and screw about 15 cheerleaders. Isn't that what they pray for?
I guess.
Invocation 267, get rid of it. Sports Nerd Fans 140. Don King 111. Designated Hitter 94. What about Dick Vitale?
He's only in basketball, so.
What?
He's not around all that much.
What about Don King?
Months. He's around too much.
Golf 91. Three-man booth 71. Locker room interviews 67. Pitchers who hit like girls 49. The middle 50 yards of a soccer field 37. The jockocracy 31. Oh, please. Get rid of him. Bring back Howard Cosell. Extra point 15. 2-minute warning 14. Post-game press conferences 9. Warm-up pitches 9. Men slapping each other on the ass 7. Sideline reporters 6. Foul shots 5 and the huddle only 3. My favorite is the huddle when all the guys, and I mean, I just don't understand it between hitting each other on the ass and holding hands in the huddle. Now, am I right? You've seen that, Chris, I'm sure.
It's team unity.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
I call it that. You call it team unity. I call it the same as kind of like taking showers together. Now, if you start holding hands in the shower.
Junior, honey.
Before it happens, you get it here on News at 6, LA's top news team.
Benazir Bhutto has been assassinated. And now we're going to go directly to California, where press conference is about to begin. There may soon be another baby in Britney Spears' life. Her 16-year-old younger sister, Jamie Lynn, is pregnant. Will Jamie Lynn's hit TV show be canceled or postponed? Her mom was very upset at first. The release of her mother's book on parenting is being postponed.
And when we continue, 62 people are dead after a real-life hungry hippo devours a boat full of tourists. We'll have team coverage.
News at 6, LA's top news team.
The media is sick and needs help badly. The media is sick and needs help badly. The media is sick and needs help badly.
12:45 at 560 WQAM. God forbid that Dr. Phil should stick his nose in all this Britney foolishness, but he did anyway. Talk about a grandstanding phony. He's as phony as a $73 bill. Television's Dr. Phil McGraw said Britney Spears was released from a hospital Saturday, but still needs psychological help. The troubled pop star was taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center by paramedics Thursday night after police were called to her home because of a dispute involving the 2 sons she had with ex-husband rednecky Kevin Federline. My meeting with Britney and some family members this morning in a room at Cedars leaves me convinced more than ever she's in dire need of both medical and psychological intervention, McGraw told the programs. I wonder if he mentioned that she kicked his ass out and said, "Get out of here, you phony, you quack," which is the most rational thing she said in years. She was released moments before my arrival, was packing when I entered the room. We visited for about an hour when I walked her to her car. I'm very concerned for her, he said. McGraw planned to talk more about Spears on his daytime talk show this week. Oh, my God. These are people we're supposed to care about. You know the good thing for me? I don't.
Yeah,
that's the reason I'm still alive. Aren't you pleased?
No, I knew that already.
Oh. And Britney's sister and her pregnant 5-year-old sister and her trailer trash mother and all this other crap with her parenting book that never got to the press. Well... Oh, there's
with many others.
Mitt Romney. He's out, by the way. He's on the way out. It's going to be between McCain and Huckabee. Now, how do you think Huckabee's going to do in the Deep South with all them, like in South Carolina, with all them Bible thumpers? Mm-hmm. Remember when we had that group of Christians who were going to make South Carolina a Christian state? Remember that?
Yeah.
And all the Christians were going to move to South Carolina, and everybody else was going to be forced out, no Jews allowed, no atheists certainly. And you know how many Christians moved there to South Carolina?
9.
Yeah, maybe. Didn't work out too good. Oh, now they're talking about Roger Clemens on CNN. All these innocent people being butchered. All this crap they're trying to start up to create another incident, just like they did with the Gulf of Tonkin, which was a lie by Johnson. There was no incident. They just made it up. See, that's the way foreign policy works. They come up with a plan, and then they make up stories so that they can carry out their plan, just like Iraq. They make a whole bunch of stories up. But nevertheless, what does that have to do? Oh, here's a great story. This is much more important than any of that. Tom Jicker wrote a column, Gambling's Big Wheel, based on TV show. You know what this column's about?
I give up.
Wheel of Fortune. How do you like that? Did I mention I won $2,000 at Woodbine yesterday? Did I mention that?
I don't recall.
I
So,
did.
Hey, congratulations.
How do you like that? Ending a bloodletting that went on for a couple of weeks there, boy. It was getting kind of grim. And last night on the dollar machine, I got a spinning for 1,000, and everybody, oh, gee, nice going. I'm thinking, just mind your own business and watch how fast I'm going to race out of here. I ran out. I didn't walk out. I flew out of there. Tom Jicka says, this is how powerful a hold TV has on America. Even when people are gambling at a casino, the pull of favorite TV shows is irresistible. Slot machines traditionally have paid off on cherries, oranges, plums, and bars, and had names like Double Diamonds, Red Hot Sevens, and Red, White, and Blue. They've been joined, and in many instances surpassed in popularity, by slots with TV tie-ins. Deal or No Deal, Jeopardy, The Price is Right, Miami Vice, I Dream of Jeannie, and the all-time champion, Wheel of Fortune. Without a sign of Patent Vanna, Wheel of Fortune has spun its way into gambling history. However, you're wrong about that, Tom, because on the 2-cent, the gigantic wheel, which I'm sure they have at other casinos now, too, if you get a spin, you have to have 3 Patent Vannas on the thing, then you get a spin. And then there's like a little clip of Patent Vanna coming on saying, oh, great, get ready to play the bonus game. We hope you win, and blah, 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 like that, you know. So there is a sign of Patent Vanna, which makes me know. And then after you get whatever you got, they come on again and say, oh, nice going, and we hope to see you again soon, and Fool and his money are soon parted, and stuff like that. It's the most popular slot machine ever, said Steve Calabro, Vice President of Gaming for Magna Entertainment, parent company of Gulfstream Park in Hallandale Beach, where George was last week and had a wonderful time.
Yes, I did.
Now, you never saw the slot room?
No, but I'm thinking of going back again, and this time taking a proper look around. Because it was really palatial.
Take a couple of grand with you.
Oh, yeah. Send it to me. I'll take it.
Aventura resident Pam, gamblers aren't prone to wanting their full names in the newspaper, said on a recent afternoon at Mardi Gras Gaming that she and her husband are regulars. He heads for the poker room, and she looks for a Wheel of Fortune machine. I love it and I hate it, she said. I hate losing money, but I love playing the game. Well, who doesn't, Pam? Wheel of Torture. The affection for the game stems in large part from the opportunity to hit big with a bonus spin of the wheel, which looks just like the one on TV, the wheel. Spin the wheel. Those who get lucky are rewarded with multiples from 15 to 1 to 1,000 to 1 on their wager. A tourist from Montreal, Gaetan, said she watches the TV show regular and looks for Wheel of Fortune machines, whether she's vacationing in South Florida or Las Vegas, or at the casino in Montreal out there on the island, where all the frogs speak to you in French, and you say, no parlez-vous français, I don't speak French, oh, well, and they continue speaking to you in French. It's all about getting to spin the wheel. That's why I play the game, she says. She prefers Mardi Gras in Hallandale to any of the Sin City casinos. She says, I never win in Vegas. Joined a club, I think, one time, all the times I went to Vegas, one time I won. And the rest of the time I lost my fat ass. Calabro, who's been in the gambling business for more than a quarter century, remembers introducing Wheel to the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City when he worked for Donald Trump. It was an immediate home run, he said. More than a decade later, Wheel is still circling the bases around the clock, an unprecedented achievement. Traditionally, slots have a life cycle of 18 months to 3 years. Most last about 2 years. Wheel of Fortune has completely bucked that trend, Calabro said. 10 years from now, it'll still be hot because the customers demand it. Amen. Wheel is, without question, the most successful slot game there is, says Dan Atkins, Vice President of Mardi Gras Gaming. If I could buy Wheel of Fortune machines, says Mardi Gras Director of Slots Mike DeLuca Jr., I would buy all of them. But, unfortunately for casino owners, it's not possible. About 70 to 80% of slot machines you buy, Atkins says, but Wheel of Fortune you have to lease. The additional recurring expense is worth it, according to DeLuca. Most of the time, every wheel machine is taken. You have to wait to get a seat at one. To which I would say...
I have no life.
No, I would say...
Absolutely correct, sir.
Well, that too. The same is true at Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood. According to Gary Bittner, spokesman for the Indian Casino, it's hard to find a seat at a wheel machine when it's busy, because they're all looking for the good machine man. Familiarity is an asset, Bittner said. People know the title. Also, it's tall and colorful. Wheel's profile in the casino also is elevated by a chorus like Wheel of Fortune chant heard when somebody qualifies for the bonus spin. And also, Tommy, even when somebody doesn't qualify for the bonus spin, it's built into the audio of the game. So you're sitting there, nobody's getting any spins, but the audio spits out, Wheel of Fortune, and you're looking around like, who got a spin? Nobody, but it's just, It really is noisy, Gaetan said, hoping to hear those magic words herself. A fairly new jumbo-sized Wheel of Fortune carousel, at which multiple gamblers can play simultaneously, has made the game even more of a presence on casino floors. That's the 2-penny one I'm talking about. 2 cents. But in order to get to spin, you have to play 40 times something. So even 40 times 5 is what?
You're asking me a math question? I thought we had
2
the same
times 5 is
understanding.
200. Times 2 cents is $4.
Correct.
So it says 2 cent machine on there, but if you're going to play the max, you're playing a $4 machine, man. The bonus spin is probably the biggest factor in Wheel's popularity, Tommy says, because it fosters a perception that it pays better than other slots. Wheel was a pioneer in offering a secondary element to traditional slots, which pay off solely on matching symbols. Wheel does this too. Certain icons stop in the right places. And, of course, any veteran Wheel of Fortune player knows, Tommy, that the big payoffs are on the line. Not on the wheel, on the line. Bonus rounds are now commonplace on the latest generation of slots, but none has the cachet or instant recognition of Wheel of Torture. Steve Borey, a Broward resident, author of the annual American Casino Guide, concurs that Wheel is the most popular slot machine ever made. However, he wonders whether the bonus round isn't calibrated to pay out a certain percentage over time, just as the more traditional... Oh, my God, Steve. Just as the more traditional slot machines are. I believe it's predetermined, but there are people in the industry who will tell you both sides. He said, of course it's predetermined. What's wrong with you, man? Like they're just going to keep paying out 1,000 after 1,000 after 1,000? Are you a crazy person or what, Steve? He wrote the American Casino Guide? Oh, my God. Doesn't that scare you?
A little bit.
It scares me a lot. Payoffs at the Broward Racinos, Gulfstream, Mardi Gras, and the Isle at Pompano Park are about 90% over the long haul, according to Borey. However, during any given hour or day, the percentage can be much more or less. It's a fact of life in all casinos that the greater the wager, the higher percentage the return. Dollar machines pay back a greater percentage than quarter machines, which pay more than nickel machines, which pay more than penny machines. And, you know, let me tell you right now, some of the machines that I've had really good luck on are dime machines, man. So to hell with a quarter slot guy, I like them dime machines, man. But, of course, you play 15 lines times 3 credits is 45, so you're paying $4.50 every time you hit the button. See how they got you coming and going?
I see it.
You think it's a dime machine, man, but if you play the max, it's $4.50 a spin. Oh. The latter are misnomers of a sort. It says, although it's possible to play a single cent, a typical wager is $1 or more to cover all the potential winning lines. That's right, Tommy. Other slots with TV tie-ins, such as Deal or No Deal, might be exceptions to the rule of predetermined paybacks because the way the bonus round is designed, Borey said. Just as on the TV show, the player has a chance to take the deal tendered by the machine or to continue in pursuit of a greater payoff. I Dream a Genie operates in a similar manner. The bonus round challenges the player to pick genie bottles, each with a number that increases the payoff by that multiple. Mixed in are several game-ending bottles, which abruptly kill the bonus round. How quickly this happens depends on the player's choice of bottles, you know? Like the TV show, Genie has fallen out of vogue and is difficult to find these days. So is another TV-themed slot which you'd think would have endless appeal in South Florida. The space on the Mardi Gras slots floor, now occupied by Deal or No Deal, used to be filled by Miami Vice. But Crockett and Tubbs have been canceled again, says Tommy. You think Stan Major's upset about that? Do you know that that time I mentioned him on air, he actually called my house?
Did he?
Did I tell you that?
No.
Stan Major, now on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD. If you missed
Don't call my house again, Stan.
You missed this.
Well, then what the hell is your problem? Kane is in New York, fella.
When he would do a show, I don't want Kane back. I just told you that. But
well, then who do you want? Who do you want? You want Alan Burke?
No, of course not. I think
you want Joey Reynolds?
No, of course not.
Then what the hell do you want on the air? Silence?
I mean, is that all we have to choose
What do you... Give me a name.
But is that all we
Who do you want?
Is that all we have
What
to choose
kind of content do you want during 2 to 6?
Hear the next Stan Major show this afternoon at 2 on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
This is Arnold. This is not a tumor. It's the 1 to 2 hour. Cleats for the feet. Cleats for the feet. That's what I got me some cleats. As can say cleats. When Neil gets older, will he be there up in Toronto? Will he still be coming down to Paradise?
No.
Or live in both places at the same time? Will he be thinner or still be fat? Or will he adopt a cat? I don't think he'll want her
move back to Florida. No. When Neil's 69. Making a sandwich, schlepping around in his underwear. Syndicated worldwide on the satellite, or just still waiting for the Beasleys to die. Will he be spending most of his time plunging at Woodbine, keeping his time filled, rewriting his last will when Neil's 69? You think he's going to spend a lot of hot times in the town of Berlin?
Yay.
Or is that too queer? He'll be an old gay Jew.
I'm dying over here.
A much older, cranky girl with olive oil in his shoe. Will he retire or be on the air on Sport Hole Radio? Will he win Lotto or marry young Paco when Neil's 69?
Hey, can I hear what?
103 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you. And speaking of gambling, which I just read, now, did you find that at all interesting, that article I just read, or not?
No.
Why?
About the Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do I have to explain it?
Yes.
Because
You don't play slots.
I don't play slots.
Yeah.
And if I did, maybe I would be half interested in it.
You're going to be interested in this.
All right.
Maybe.
All
Maybe
right.
not.
I'll let you know.
The Seminole Tribe's gambling agreement with Governor Charlie Crist
Yay.
has been officially approved following today's publication of a notice announcing the deal in the Federal Register. It's official. Are you interested in that?
Yeah, whatever.
Despite a final attempt last week by Florida Attorney General Rednecky Bill McCollum to delay the agreement, the controversial gambling pact is now in effect, according to the Bureau of Indian Affairs spokeswoman, Nedra Darling. The tribe has said it's 6 to 7 months away from installing the new games in its 7 casinos. Under the deal, the Seminoles can run Class 3 or Vegas-style slot machines as well as card games, including blackjack. In return, the tribe will pay the state at least $100 million a year for 25 years. But the agreement still faces a challenge in the Florida Supreme Court. House Speaker Marco Rubio filed suit in November, shortly after Christopher and the tribe signed the agreement, arguing the governor didn't have the right to bind the state to the deal without legislative approval, and that case is scheduled for arguments in Tallahassee on January 30th.
About 30, man.
So how do you like that? So it's still up in the air like everything in Florida. Oh, we don't want to have that here. We don't want that. It's so immoral and illegal and evil. Oh. Right?
Right. And it'll bring in the
1060 on
mob.
the poll. There's Mitt Romney again. He's got all the look of a badly beaten loser on his face. And, of course, New Hampshire, that's right in his backyard there, right next to Massachusetts. Which I used to say differently, but I doesn't say it that way now.
No, not anymore.
I'll get joiced if I say it that way now. Massachusetts.
What?
You heard me. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
I've been listening to you 20 years, first time I ever called you.
Great.
I seen that article about the Wheel of Fortune game, and I wondered if you were going to say anything about it.
Well, I did.
I've been out west. I drove a truck, and all the ones I seen was a stand-up. I've never played that sit-down one.
It's stiff. Don't do it.
All right, I appreciate the advice, and I was always said if I ever got a chance to talk to you, I was going to tell you, when you went to Amsterdam, I never knew. You was complaining about that chair. I was like, well, he sits in that chair every day. I never knew. And,
you never knew what?
That you were gone. I had no idea, because I'm in and out of the truck. And you used to give the time. I used to work on heavy equipment, and I couldn't wear a watch, and you always would give the time, and then about the time I lost that job and got a cell phone, you quit giving the time. It was perfect
Yeah, well,
timing.
I figured you didn't need it anymore. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Get some help. Wow, do you have any idea what he just said?
None at all.
No. 106 at 560 WQM. There's the time for it. Temp? I'll give you the temp. I don't know what the temp is there. Is it toasty? Probably. Like 80. Is it?
I don't think it's that high yet.
No.
54 here, though. Oh, here's the weather.
10 degrees, southwesterlies at 30 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow morning, as you wake up, you're going to see temperatures right around 11. We're going to have 52. That rainfall, an additional 10 to 15 millimeters to add to all those fast-moving waterways. The big question is, how long are these temperatures going to last?
Not
and
long.
What's it going to be like for the weekend? I'll have those details coming up a little bit later.
Great. Okay, sweetie. And as I'm looking out my window, the snow, we had the snow and ice. See, what happens, as you well know, well, maybe you don't know, maybe you forgot. But in the wintertime, when you have a big snowstorm, they come and they plow and they shovel.
Sure.
So the ice all collects along the sides of the sidewalks.
Right, they pile it here and there. And
sides of the road. And then because it's so damn cold, it turns to ice.
Right.
Well, guess what? There is not a speck.
Really?
Not a drop anywhere, because it all got washed away, because the temperature is like 54, and it's been raining, and when it's that warm, it pees it all away.
I see.
So it looks more like, it's kind of like a dank spring day, okay, as opposed to a dank winter day. And under any weather conditions, even if it was like minus 25 Fahrenheit and 45 foot drifts of snow, it still beats being there. WQAM, hello. See what I mean? WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to talk about that pathetic horse pick you had last week.
Again, this guy.
Same guy. QAM, hello.
This show would never last in New York, you bum.
Yeah, go back there. Go back there, schmuck. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, you live in Montreal, no?
No.
Oh, I thought it was Montreal.
Try Toronto. You ever hear of that?
Yeah, of course.
Where people speak English. I know it's hard to relate to when you're calling from South Florida, but people who actually speak English.
No, there's a buddy of mine who goes up to Montreal. He's got family up there, which I know Montreal and Toronto, they're really not too far apart from each other. But he's telling me, like, there's not much snow up there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. It's got to be snowing like crazy up there.
Why is that?
Well, I'm assuming that because it's so far north, But does it snow much in Montreal or Toronto, or doesn't it?
It snows in Montreal like the world is coming to... Montreal sucks, okay? If we have an inch of snow here, they have 2 feet of snow in Montreal. It's like the Buffalo of Canada.
He's lying to me. The guy told me
full of crap.
It snows in Montreal. Okay.
Well, let me ask you something. Why do you care whether there's a lot of snow in Montreal? Why does that matter to you?
Oh, well, because the source that's telling you this, he's always telling me crap, So I'm like, I just want to, confirm that he's full of crap. That's all.
Yeah, I think you're full of crap. No, I don't think it. I know it. But I'm sitting here in my underwear in Montreal, aren't you? See, this is the American public for you, man. They couldn't find Canada on the map with both hands. I know it's hard to find it. I know it's so far.
It's America's hat.
Yeah. Can't find Canada, eh? Can't find Cuba on the map. Can't find the Philippines. Can't find Hawaii. Many, many years ago when they did that thing, that survey at the U of M. Of course, U of M, is that like a real school?
No.
But nevertheless. And they asked all these kids geography questions, and the kids from New York, most of them, couldn't find New York City on the map. Even Long Island they couldn't find. How do you like that? Is it hard to see Long Island on the map? I don't think so. Is it?
Might be.
God, dumb and dumber. That's why so many people care about Britney and her pregnant slut sister. That's why. That's why the media is able to lead the public around by the nosizzle. You do understand that?
I do.
WQAM, hello.
Canada?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, I know where Canada is. It's in South Florida, and it blows.
Oh, there's a guy who's not too happy with it. That's not Canada, sir. That's the frogs, baby. You got your buffo toes and you got your frogs. See, this is a bad, and I'm glad, because if the public got a taste of what people from the rest of Canada are like, then they'd say, oh, gee, maybe I want to go to Canada. But in South Florida, all you get are the frogs from Montreal and Quebec, and a bunch of disgusting, obnoxious, fat slobs with their Speedos and their cheap, non-tipping. They're just disgusting. So if you want to, stick it to your friend from Montreal, that other caller, just get a big smile on your puss and sit back knowing that he's suffering in Montreal, a horrendous place. Remember the first time I went there and I told you how much I liked it?
Yeah.
That's only because the restaurants are good, and they really are. They have some really good food. But you know something? Is that worth it? Would anybody want to move someplace because they have good restaurants?
Well, that would be one good reason.
That's like people that are moving and saying, Neil, I'm moving to Seattle. Do they have any good talk shows up there? Like that. So many stupid people and so little time. That's why religion is such a good paying business.
Rock solid. N-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S. Absolutely.
I am not gay. I never have been gay.
Bum, 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 brand. Bum, 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 brand.
$6,000. You fairy.
Uncontrollable oily discharge.
One of the hardest parts of my job is to connect Iraq to the war on terror.
Love me and agree with me.
Eat it for the homo.
You fairy.
Hey, she is a handsome woman.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.
I am not gay. I never have been gay. Gay, 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 gay. Not gay, not gay. Gay, 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 gay.
Hey, that's a good-looking guy.
Gay. I hear the voices. Voices. I'm a commander guy.
We are the Moonanites, and our culture is advanced beyond all that you can possibly comprehend with 100% of your brain.
That's how we define Common Article 3. What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
Oh, God. Why didn't anybody tell me? Oh, my God, my insides are on fire. No, please, no more. No. Get the phone. Call 911. Okay. I think it's all gone. I think it's... I don't want it. Peter, I need you to hold my ears.
I don't wanna. So I did see another episode of Family Guy over the weekend while channel surfing.
Mm-hmm. Still don't like
it. It had, like brief moments that were, kind of funny. And
there's it's an acquired taste, but they rip into everything that we hate. So at one point or another.
Yeah.
So and it's very irreverent.
Bad luck.
And the Christians hate it. So.
Oh, the Christians hate it. Why is it like for heathens?
You know it is.
Good. I like it. Like I said, I love it. Maureen Dowd has a column that she wrote yesterday in the New York Times, Voting for a Smile. You know Maureen, the Queen?
Mm-hmm.
She says the Hillary forces at the Plymouth Church caucus in Des Moines weren't averse to bribes. They were passing out seized chocolates to Richardson supporters. And they weren't averse to threats. My wife told me I'd have to join them or I'd be sleeping on the couch tonight, said Ed Truslow, a compact 68-year-old manufacturing representative. He was still wearing his Chris Dodd sticker when he lumbered over to his wife's side. A Clinton organizer slapped a Hillary sticker over the offending Dodd sticker and with a frantic cheeriness told him, Hillary now, right? God bless. They weren't averse to bending the rules when they realized they might not have enough people to get even one Hillary delegate. They sneaked out of their assigned room to Red Rover, their neighbors over, before they'd been officially counted themselves. It was understandable that Hillary's Golden Girls acolytes would freak out when they saw the throngs of young Obama hope-mongers swarming in the caucuses. As one Dodd supporter said, looking for her little Dodd corner, "I'm lost in the Obamas." A caucus goer dryly noted that it didn't seem the most propitious harbinger for Hillary that the fateful evening began with a threat to withhold connubial bliss.
It's harbinger.
I know. That's why I stopped.
And harbinger of doom.
Connubial bliss.
Excuse me?
But that's the way the tough cookie crumbled Thursday night. The Obama revolution arrived not on little cat feet in the Iowa snow, but like a balmy promise, an effortlessly leaping lion hungry for something different, propelled by a visceral desire among Americans to feel American again. It was a harbinger of things to come. The Bushes always self-consciously and swaggeringly put themselves on the American side, as Papa used to say, implying that their rivals were somehow less American. But many Americans can no longer see themselves in the warped values of the Bush White House or the pathetic paralysis of Congress or the disapproving gaze of the world. That's G-A-Z-E, not gay. They want a different looking glass, so they rolled the dice, and as the Chicago Tribune's Mike Tackett put it, voted for a smile. I interviewed 3 Republicans in the Obama section of the caucus who were ready for the red state-blue state merger. They said they didn't want Hill and Bill back in the White House, and that John McCain was too much of a yes man for W, who'd betrayed Republicans with his handling of the Iraq War and his fiscal irresponsibility. Hillary's aides were grumbling last week that Obama had no rationale to offer but himself. Perhaps that was true when he started. People usually run for president because somebody tells them they should, and then graft on the reasons afterward. But on Thursday, Obama's vague optimism and smooth jazz modernity came together in a spectacular fusion with the deep yearning of Democrats who suffered through heartbreaking losses in the last 2 elections with uninspiring candidates. Often unable to surf the electricity he sparked over the last year, Obama's now put on his laurel wreath and dropped his languid pose, tapping directly into what he calls the fire burning across the country, the dream of a cool, smart, elegant, reasonable, literary, witty, decent West Wing sort of president who won't bankrupt us or endanger us or co-opt our rights or put a black hood on the Constitution. "I want to go before the world and say America's back," he told cheering Democrats in Milford, New Hampshire, adding, "We are one nation, we are one people, and the time for change has come." Even though Obama was wooing the young demographic so coveted by Hollywood, he took a page from JFK and avoided the casual look last week. There were no jeans or snow boots, just dark suits, stylish ties, and dress shoes. By the time she got to New Hampshire, Hillary was reduced to urging voters not to buy into false hopes. At a hangar in Nashua with chatty Bill and chatless Chelsea, Hillary tried to purloin more of the Obama message. Besides saying the word change is often possible, she said she was particularly reaching out to young people to help them reclaim the future. She claimed that she disliked the red state, blue state terminology. "We are one country," she said, echoing Obama, even as she added that she should be the nominee because she's the one to best withstand the Republican attack machine. What she doesn't mention is that she knows how to fight off the Republican attack machine because she and her husband were so adept at revving it up. Listening to Hillary and Obama evokes the famous scene in the classic The Night of the Hunter when Robert Mitchum, whose fingers are tattooed with love on his right hand and hate on his left, has a wrestling match with his hands to see which emotion triumphs. In the movie, love does, but it's a close call, says your friend Maureen the Queen.
All right.
What's all this stuff here that you just faxed? Here's one that says, "I know it's a little late for today's poll." It sure is. But what about what really needs to be taken away from sports is the playing of God Bless America during the 7th inning stretch at baseball games. There was a time when baseball games were truly enjoyable, and those were during the Ron Fraser days. Neil, God help us. Oh. Here's one that says, "Sorry about the format, can't figure out how to correct because it's written, Phil, send me a fax."
Yeah, whatever.
Hard to read. No, not if you got good eyesight. Tracy and Kendall says, I'll get to yours, Phil, just relax. Happy New Year. My vote for the poll is who gives a crap. I know that sounds like typical South Florida hate, but it's not. I am a sports fan. I'm just not obsessed enough to think that one detail would change matters. Tracy's got a poll idea. What movie scene disturbed you the most? It doesn't have to be scary, just disturbing, such as the Scarface chainsaw shower scene, Exorcist pea soup scene, and Psycho shower scene. Well, you have a great day, too, Tracy and Kendall. Well, let's see what Phil has to say if I can read it, okay? Wouldn't you agree this is kind of tiny print?
It is.
Tiny? Oh, poor Tiny. He says, "Hi, Neil and George. It's funny how things work. Hillary was so smug in previous interviews when asked what she would do if she lost. She replied she had no thought about it since she wouldn't lose. She had bought her into her availability to get the nomination, and if you ask me, has an air of entitlement whenever she speaks. Her greatest miscalculation was going extremely negative on Obama. What so many politicians forget is this age of information. Says So when Hillary makes a speech and refers to Obama's record, it's easily checked. In fact, almost any supposed fact, and this goes on and on and on and on. Okay, thanks, Phil. Just too ponderous, goes on and on and on. Am I right? Yes.
Yep.
Thanks for the sentiment, though, Bill. At least there's somebody who's got something to say. 1,081 votes on the poll. And Invocation is leading the pack like 2-1. 279 out of 1,000 and what? 1081. We got a shot at 1,100 today. Wouldn't that be nice? Nice way to start off the real first week of the new year.
Definitely.
Pope Benedict has instructed Roman Catholics to say in perpetuity to cleanse the church of pedophile clergy. In perpetuity. That'll do it. Just say it. There's more to this story than meets the eye. I don't want to gloss over it. God bless America. Here's Kate Smith. Let's roll her out on a chair.
I know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
First you get down on your knees, fiddle with your rosaries, bow your head with great respect and genuflect, genuflect, genuflect. Do whatever steps you want if you have cleared them with the pontiff. Everybody say his own Kyrie eleison, doing the Vatican right. Get in line in that processional, step into that small confessional. They're the guy who's got religion. I'll tell you if your sin's original. If it is, try playing it safer. Drink the wine and chew the wafer. 2, 4, 6, 8. Time to transubstantiate. So get down upon your knees, fiddle with your rosaries, bow your head with great respect and genuflect, genuflect, genuflect. Make a cross on your abdomen. When in Rome, do like a Roman. Ave Maria, gee, it's good to see you. Getting ecstatic and sort of dramatic and doing the Vatican right.
1:32 at QAM. Yeah, when in Rome, do the Romans, baby. They tend to be extremely friendly, and the food is really good. Some good eating in Rome, let me tell you.
That's what I heard.
Food, too.
Yeah, I bet.
Pope Benedict XVI has instructed Roman Catholics to say in perpetuity to cleanse the church of pedophile clergy. I think that'll do it. All dioceses, parishes, monasteries, convents, and seminaries will be expected to organize continuous daily prayers to express penitence and purify the clergy. I think he's got something there. Vatican officials said that every parish or institution should designate a person or group each day to conduct continuous prayers for the church to rid itself of the scandal of sexual abuse by clergy. Alternatively, churches in the same diocese could share the duty. Prayer would take place in one parish for 24 hours and then move to another. Round the clock, baby. Where's Bill Haley in the comments when we need him?
Coming right up.
You got it?
It'll take me a second.
Vatican watchers said there was no known precedent for global prayer on a specific issue of this kind. There are about 1 billion Roman Catholics worldwide. Well, if each of them would give like $5.
1, 2, 3 o'clock,
nice
4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock. Around 10 o'clock tonight, put your scratch bags on. Join me home.
He had that silly-ass spit roll out there, Johnny Depp in the movie. What was the movie, Crybaby?
Crybaby, which was bad.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't see it.
Very bad movie. Oh, trust me.
The instruction was sent to bishops by Cardinal Claudio Humas of Brazil,
what?
Head of the Humid? Head of the Vatican Congregation for the Clergy. He told L'Osservatore Romano, the Vatican newspaper, that he was acting in the Pope's name. The Pope wanted Catholics to pray for the mercy of God for the victims of the grave situations caused by the moral and sexual conduct of a very small part of the clergy. Oh, yeah, I wonder what part he's talking about. Don't say weenus. Officials said that the prayers were in addition to support for legal action against pedophile priests by their victims and a code adopted 2 years ago by the Vatican to try to ensure that men with deep-seated homosexual tendencies do not enter seminaries to train for the priesthood. Cardinal Humas said the aim was to put a definitive stop to a scandal that had damaged the image of the church and forced U.S. archdioceses, including Boston and L.A., to pay millions of dollars in compensation to the victims. Forced to put a definitive stop to the scandal. Not forced to stop doing it, just to the scandal. He said that the scandal was exceptionally serious, although it probably was caused by no more than 1% of the 400,000 Catholic priests around the world. Right. Anybody buying that?
No.
Anybody ever meet a straight priest?
No.
When the pedophile scandal erupted in Boston 5 years ago, Pope Benedict XVI, or Cardinal Ratzinger as he was then, underline the rat part, accused the media of exaggerating the crisis. He later took a tougher stand and was said to have been behind the statement in 2003 by Pope John Paul II to the meeting of American churchmen, in which he said the abuse which has caused this crisis is rightly considered a crime by society and also an appalling sin in the eyes of God. People need to know there's no place in the priesthood and religious life for those who would harm the young. When Cardinal Ratzinger stood in for the dying John Paul II at the Good Friday procession Easter 2005, he stunned the faithful by deploring publicly how much filth there is in the church, even among those in the priesthood. Filth. That. Feh. A month later, he lifted the legal protection of the Vatican given to Father Marcial Maciel, the Mexican founder of the Legendaries of Christ. Marcial Maciel? Whatever. Who was accused of sexual abuse of youngsters. Maciel was banned from saying masses or speaking in public. Well, that'll teach him. However, Cardinal Bernard Law, who was Archbishop of Boston when the scandal broke, was transferred to a post in Rome and remains a respected figure, despite accusations he didn't take strong enough action in dealing with abuse in his diocese. And then this story has got a list here of all the different numbers. Church crisis, $660 million, the amount paid out by the L.A. Roman Catholic Archdiocese to 500 victims of sex abuse. $660 million L.A. alone. $2 billion, the estimated amount to have been paid out across the USA. $2 billion. We could use that, the three of us.
Yeah.
I'd share with you. What?
I said, yeah.
4,332 number of priests alleged to have abused children in the U.S. in the past 50 years. 10,000 number of Americans who say they were abused. So let's see, 4,300 priests and 10,000 people. So it's like a little over, about 2.5 per priest. 100, the number of allegations of abuse made in Ireland between 1962 and 2002. 21, the number of priests involved there. 6 of the 21 Irish priests involved died before any allegations were made against them. And 3,000, the number of allegations of abuse received by the Australian group Broke Rights by 2002. So how do you like that? We're going to have non-stop prayers all day. Hail Mary, Mother of God, ba 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 beep ba ba like that.
Baruch atah Adonai.
That's right. Melech Right.
Well, you're getting pretty good there, George.
Thank you.
And then there's another good one,
too. A little more.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Let's have a gigantic exorcism and chase out the evil spirits all over the world. What do you say? Huh? 1095 on the poll. You need 5 more votes for 1,100. Can you do it?
Yeah, I think so.
WQAM, hello.
Who likes to masturbate?
WQAM, hello. QAM, yes.
No matter what your beliefs are, we're
no matter what your beliefs are, one thing we all know for certain, and that you're an a-hole, okay? The world's worst, pathetic.
I have no life.
Low life, no life. Sad. Tragic. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? It's been a while since I called you, since the Ilion days. I've got 2 things to say. First of all, you know that in other than the Wheel of Fortune machines, you've had the 777s, the double diamonds. Those have been around a lot longer than the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
And so, you can't say that guy can't say that they usually last maybe 2 or 3 years. Flaming Sevens has been around.
He's talking about novelty machines.
Oh, well,
I'm
not. Don't get me wrong. I find that little machine crazy. I like it a lot. But they hook you on that little spin.
Yeah, that's right. The symbol is mesmerizing. That's correct.
But whatever you play, when it's your day, it's your day.
That's right.
It's not.
That is correct. That is correct. There have been days when I was winning, and I would just sit down at like a quarter machine, just put in $40, and bada bing, here's like a couple $100 a month. That's right.
You got to get people that play every week $50 lotto.
When you're hot, you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. Just ask Jax; he'll tell you. When you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. When you're cool, you're really cool, and when you're not, you just pretend to be. Now, don't be knocking at like that guy said before. I don't even really know what he was saying.
I got a nerve criticizing his show or something. I never heard the show, so how can I criticize it?
I just find it bizarre.
We were discussing the phenomenon of playing bongo music and jazz, and by the way, I'll criticize anybody that plays jazz who wants to keep an audience. What are you thinking? Are you crazy? Now we're talking.
Now we're talking language that you can understand, mister.
Who would like this?
What?
Who would
1100.
We'll do that again.
Something.
Yeah.
You know what you need really bad?
What's that?
A spanking.
As long as it's not from you.
No, it's not going to be for me. I'm always telling Paco that he's going to get a good spanking.
Oh, God.
He runs too fast. Anyway, 1100 on the pool is correct. Okay, on a very bad pool, that's pretty good. That means we can change it real fast. So what do you think of this one for tomorrow, maybe? If I won the lottery, I would blank.
Sounds good.
It's got some good choices on it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let me just, if I won the lottery, I'd blank. There you go, Eric. I'll pass it right along. It's got some good choices on it. And then we can get rid of this turkey we got on there now. Although there's a lot of good choices on there we need to work on right now. It doesn't take 75 broadcasters to do a game, okay?
Holy cow. Neil Rogers is right. The Cubs suck.
Come on, girl. You have to give it up. You've got to get naked.
Are you nude right now?
God, that woman is naked.
Your singing is wretched and your outfit is ridiculous. I can see your vagina. You know, so it's nakedness with a purpose.
We're going to do a vaginal on her and check her cervix. We're going to have a rainbow coming out of my hoo-ha.
You get to see me naked.
True, my vagina will never be the same. But who cares? If I said you had a beautiful body, would you take your pants off and dance around a little?
My vagina was itching to the beat of the band. Okay, like, would I be able to do that with my vagina? You wearing clean underwear?
I'm definitely not wearing my underwear.
By the way, I'm not wearing underwear.
She ought to be banned from the human race, and I'll tell you who else is right in there. It's Hillary Duff.
Yeah. What about her?
Hillary Duff?
What does she do?
She's just annoying, that's all. Annoying as hell. Although she's no Britney, she's not in rehab, she's not in a loony bin. How about Lindsay Lohan? Is she in a loony bin over the weekend or not?
I don't know. I don't keep track like I used to.
Well, you better start watching those 75 Entertainment Tonight shows and all the spin-offs, you know, and you better start reading TMZ a lot.
All right. The wife reads it to me.
She does?
I'm lying.
Just watch the TV show.
I could.
They have a TV show, TMZ.com?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
The ACLU, there's some more initials for you, of Florida, has followed the lead of the ACLU of Central Florida, the ACLU of Monroe County, Florida, and the ACLU of the Treasure Coast, all of which followed the lead of the ACLU of Southern California in backing impeachment and calling for the national ACLU to do the same. The ACLU was a prominent supporter of Richard Nixon's impeachment. In 2006, an ACLU panel argued for impeachment. In recent years, the National ACLU has lobbied against numerous offenses that appear quintessentially impeachable, but refused, despite intense lobbying by its members and others, to back impeachment. The National ACLU recently announced a new motto that many impeachment advocates view as a wish for the impossible: 1 more year, no more damage. Robert Spizak, Jr. of the ACLU of Florida reported that the state chapter met in Fort Myers at 1:30 on Saturday and passed a motion in support of impeachment hearings for George Bush and Richard Cheney, or Dick, if you wish. The motion calls on the National ACLU to urge hearings in the Judiciary Committee of the House of Representatives. Florida Congressman Robert Wexler, member of that committee, has recently been leading the push for hearings to begin. And Florida citizens have been pushing for impeachment for a long time. According to Spizak, the debate was energetic, with opposing perspectives on tactics related to national staff and issues related to potential complications. Ultimately, those who felt this an important step, a principled step, won the day. Diane Lawrence, a leading Florida impeachment activist with FloridaImpeach.org, said that her group had lobbied Howard Simon, executive director of the ACLU of Florida, and he recently hinted at his support for impeachment when speaking at an event in Florida with House Judiciary Committee Chairman John Conyers, a longtime friend from Simon's days in Michigan. At the event hosted by the ACLU, Simon said that he disagreed with Conyers on one important point. Perhaps we know what that point was. Well, perhaps, and then again, maybe not. And then again, how dare you knock that, whatever. You got some nerve, mister.
I know.
WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes.
Neil, listen, perhaps you can do me a favor. Can you give me a job at QAM? I need some money.
WQAM, hello.
Leave Shannon Sharp alone!
WQAM. QAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, I heard you earlier. You were talking on your show about. First of all, I want to congratulate you on winning $2,000 of Woodbine. That was pretty awesome. But the guy who called in earlier talked about.
This isn't a 25-cent slot guy again, is it, or his boyfriend? Is that who this is?
Uh-huh. Hey, Neil?
Is that who this is, the moron of the slots?
Yeah,
the moron of the universe? Yes. Huh, how did I know? Just a lucky guess, I guess. WQAM, hello.
Neely.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Back to you.
How's it going today? Nice to hear
Okay.
you.
Same
That
old
was a
friend.
great public service on the Hard Rock. That was a great article there, man. Those things are in a deep freeze month.
Yeah.
And they're just not paying at all. I just cannot find me a good machine.
Yeah.
All right. Love
All
you,
right.
man. You're the queen of my heart.
Okay.
Bye.
He's going out to look for a good machine, man. You know what's a good machine? One that's paying when you're playing it. That's a good machine. Are you aware of that?
I'm right. No, I didn't.
And by the way, you're wrong about who plays the slots. You're definitely wrong about that.
We've had this conversation a whole bunch.
Well, that's because you don't go. And even when you were Gulfstream, you
No,
didn't go to the
it doesn't
slot
matter how many
room.
times I agree with you about something, you're going to pretend that I didn't. I've seen that, but nevertheless.
There are just as many men playing slots as women.
Old men.
And there are plenty of young people, too.
Not just as many. Young people.
No.
Look, I've played the slots.
And there are two reasons for that.
I've played the
Number
slots.
one,
I've won money.
Young people don't
with
have
the
as much
slots,
disposable
but,
income,
it's not
number
for me,
one.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
But they're at the other things. They like to play cards.
I'm not
and
trying to
stuff.
sell you on it because it's, a fool. Only fools play like me. I admit that. And anybody that tells you that it's just that I read this stuff online and I scour to try to get a little information. And anybody who gives you this song and dance about how they have no control other than, presetting at the factory, the payout on the machine, they're full of crap. They're full of crap. But, if they told you the truth, they'd have to kill you. Here's the facts. A lot of faxes today. What's that all about? Huh? Boy, 54 degrees. I can't wait to get out there in the fog and the rain. It says, prior to this weekend, I was convinced, like George, that Barack Hussein Obama. Now, see, anybody who uses his middle name, automatically I get like that. Was really not electable. Based on that, I convinced myself that a vote for Hillary was really a vote for Billy. With that, at least we would pretty much know what we were getting, and maybe we could show our faces to the rest of the world once again. However, I'm now convinced that the country first tried to send a message when they put down the Democrats in the House and Senate, when they put them in, thinking that if we threw the old bums out, things would be handled, and boy, were we taken. Yeah, you were taken, all right, for a sleigh ride. Now I really believe that the rest of the country is as fed up as I am, would vote for almost anybody that's not part of the old guard. Based on the last debate, I would personally like to see Barack for president, Edwards for vice, unless somebody else would hop into the race. Yeah, Edwards was a real strong vice presidential candidate in 2004, wasn't he? Not. We don't need a yahoo on the ticket, okay? How about Chris Dodd in there?
All right.
Chris Dodd rhymes with...
Oh, God!
Do you by chance know anything much about Bloomberg, besides that he's Jewish? Yeah, he's not going to be on Democrat or Republican. And what's his claim to fame besides being another mayor from New York? And Rudy Giuliani, by the way, knows how fast he's fallen? They don't like guys with 75 ex-wives who are full of crap. They don't like guys who close down all the porno in Times Square and then go out and screw their brains out with 85 different women. It says the news claimed that he's ready to hop in if he thought he could win. If you know something about him, I'd be curious to know if he's a good guy or just a wealthy scumbag. Just curious. Wealthy scumbag, okay, that's the answer to your question. All he is. All these guys like Romney and Bloomberg, because they got a lot of money, they think they can buy the presidency. We don't need no more of that. Like Steve Forbes, remember him? Steve Forbes has got a face that makes Wayne look good. I know that's not easy to believe. Steve Forbes. His face like a road map of the moon. But he's got a lot of money, so he thought he was going to be president. And the same with Bloomberg. And Romney. I think Romney's going to wind up second. McCain's going to beat him in New Hampshire tomorrow, and Romney's going to take a stinging defeat. And you want to know why? Oh, I noticed we're 30 seconds short on this next break. That's good. Because people don't want a president who wears magic underwear. That's one of the reasons. The fact that he lies and flip-flops and he's full of crap and has no credibility, that could be another one too. But they don't want a president who wears magic underwear. Okay? Speaking of magic, how about that Sonny Fox fake call before? That was pretty good.
It was very good.
It's almost enough to make me play the...
Hi, this is Sonny Fox. I listen to Neil Rogers because I can hear the word ass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was well done. Oh, we sure can't hear the whole thing.
Why not? I heard it on TNT this weekend.
And I heard a lot of fart sounds on something I was watching on TV this weekend, too. A lot of fart sounds. Just a deluge of fart sounds.
Were you watching Nickelodeon again?
No, I was not watching Nickelodeon. I don't watch Nickelodeon, okay? It was over-the-air something. I don't know. Just deluge with fart sounds. And I bet you Joyce was just convulsing. Oh, no! The world's going to come to an end. They're playing fart sounds. Up yours, Joyce.
Chose the wrong place.
And me, we come from different worlds. I like to wear my sideburns with flamboyant curls. Some think I'm crazy, they wonder why. I go out dressed like this, it's 'cause I'm a rabbi. But there's nothing I can do. Oi! I'm happy I was born a Jew. You look at me, and it's very plain to see I don't believe in Jesus Christ's divinity. I won't eat non-kosher cow. A potato pancake sure would hit the spot right now. But there's nothing I can do. I'm happy I was born a Jew. Totally Hebrew. Put on a little half-hat and dress up really strange. Then I'll spend the afternoon searching my couch for change. I'll call up my best friend Sal. We'll go out for matzo balls. Then I'll tell him that I forgot my wallet and he'll pay for me. I can't help it if I'm stingy. I'm happy I was born a Jew. Totally Hebrew. I'm happy I was born a Jew. I'm dying over here. I'm pinching pennies. I'm glad that I was born a Jew. So glad that I was born a Jew. Bye, bye, bye!